sports fans, and welcome to another edition of NDB Media's Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live and we are here. I don't know how I am live and I don't know how I'm here, but it is what it is. Today, the Saturday morning quarterbacks are live on Sunday. I'm the Scorekeeper. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see which one of the glorious hosts will be joining us today. I imagine that Speedy will not be able to join us due to the fact that it is Sunday, but we shall see. We will be on our normally scheduled time next Saturday. So, as they say, life is good in the hood. So for now, thank you for joining us. Look, I'm brain dead. Everyone else is joining us is probably brain dead. So we are the ones who created the zombie apocalypse. Hey, that's what we do. All right. Well, hide your kitties, hide your kids. We're prowling the digital airwaves. So good morning. Thank you for joining us. Normally we are on Saturday mornings, but today we had to move it to Sunday because I've been traveling about 700 miles yesterday. So for those of you that know Southern California, went up to 15, 395, all the way into Bishop, just short of Carson City. We were in the Carson Valley, went over to that lake, that big lake in between Nevada and California. Don't even remember the name now. Do not remember the name. So maybe it's because my brain is just a tad fried. But it's all good. And we'll see. And my stomach is already whining. Unbelievable. But it's all good. 71 degrees out here in hell. It's going to get to 92. Overnight of 68. And it's 71% humidity right now, 29.97 inches. Weather-wise, sure. 10 miles in the visibility. Sunrise was about 3 minutes ago at 6:01 a.m. Sunset's going to be at 7:52 p.m. The wind is heading in the northeast at 2 miles per hour. Dew point is 61 degrees. UV index 0 of 10. Moon phase is waning crescent. So awesome. Got through that one. And just today, in 1910, on this day, on July 31st, 2022, back in 1910, the Tour de France, Octave Lapisse, France, wins by just 4 points from Team Alcyon teammate François Faber of Luxembourg. Sometimes I'm able to get the French names right. Sometimes I'm not. We have a few more events. Just getting to them right now. Back in 1956, England cricket spin bowler Jim Laker takes 10-53 in Australia's second innings match. Figures the 1990 fourth test at Old Trafford. England win innings and 170 runs. I know I mangled it. I'm tired. Yeah. Back in 1978, Cincinnati infielder Pete Rose singles off Phil Niekro. Two people I saw play to extend his hitting streak to 44. Not in 78, though. I wasn't watching this one. He extended his hitting streak to 44 games as Reds edged the Atlanta Braves 3-2. He ties Willie Keeler's 81-year-old National League record. Exciting. Back in 1983, Brooks Robinson, Juan Marichal, George Kell, and Walter Alston were also inducted into Baseball Hall of Fame. Surprisingly, it took so long for Walter Alston to get in, but whatever. Back in 1907, Baltimore first baseman Eddie Murray hits his 299th and 300th career home runs to lead Orioles to an 8-4 win over the Texas Rangers. I believe in 1988 is when he came over to the Dodgers. No, couldn't have been. I think it was later. I don't know why, but for some reason, 80. Oh, no, he was not with the Dodgers in 88. No. No way. Nope, didn't happen. Back in 1988, Oakland DH Jose Canseco smacks 2 home runs of Scott Bankhead in a 6-2 win over Seattle Mariners, becoming the first major player to hit 30 homers in his first 3 years. Wow, some exciting stuff right there. And in 1990, Texas Rangers pitcher Nolan Ryan records his 300th career victory, an 11-3 win over the Milwaukee Brewers. The 20th Major League pitcher to reach that milestone back then. Oh, exciting stuff, I suppose. Customer asks, waiter, do you have any wild duck? Waiter says, no, but I can get a tame one and irritate it for you. No, don't like it. A man of 81 yells with joy as the nurse comes in and tells him that his 20-year-old bride just gave birth to a baby. The man muses, I wonder if I could do it again. Another expectant father answers, what makes you think you did it the first time? No, didn't like that one. Did not like that one. Tonto and the Lone Ranger had a falling out because the Lone Ranger discovered that Kimosabi actually means asshole. No, didn't like it. All right, whatever. Those were your likes for this morning. In National Rugby League in the Landau Lunder, in the Telstra Premiership, round 20, on July 28th, the Roosters doubled up on the Seagulls 20-10. On the 29th, the Storm also doubled up on the Warriors 24-12. Also on the 29th, the Eels visited the Panthers and just bashuckled them. Don't know what that means. 34-10. The Raiders at home, 36-24 over the Titans. On the 30th, the Sharks edged the Rabbitohs 21-20. Broncos lost to the West's Tigers 32-18. The Bulldogs 24-10 over the Knights. And of course, the Cowboys, shockingly, it's National Rugby League, 34-8 over the Dragons. Woohoo! So, quick look in the land down under. Let's take a look at PGA right now, see what's going on. Do we have any major events? I believe we do. Yes, right now, the Detroit Golf Club Rocket Mortgage Classic, July 18th through the 31st, so that's right now. Taylor Pendrith, minus 21, tied with Tony Finau, minus 21, 195 strokes. All alone in third, Cameron Young, minus 17, 199. Stephen Yager is in fourth, minus 16. Patrick Chantley is minus 15. Scott Stallings is minus 14. Two of them were tied for second, Taylor Moore and Siwoo Kim, minus 13 and 203. Adam Stevenson is minus 12. Tied with everyone else, Chris Kirk, Russell Handley, minus 12 and 204. Everyone else is coming in much later, like tied for 12. So that's a quick there. Are the ladies playing today? Yes. At Dundonald Links in Scotland, July 17th to the 31st, the Women's Scottish Open. Celine Boutier, minus 17, 201. Ayaka Ferruri, minus 16, 205. Wachani Miche is tied with Lydia Ko, minus 15. But Miche is at 204 strokes and Lydia Ko is at 201. Don't know why that is. Hee-Ju Kim is tied with Cheyenne Knight at minus 14, 204. And both Maud Aimee LeBlanc and Leonie Harm at minus 14, 202. So that's a quick look at golf right now. We're going to take a look at Major League Baseball for the moment. And for everyone else watching us live and in the archive. For everyone watching us live, let us know who you are and where you hail from. Thank you for joining us. You're on our Twitch channel, NDB Media on Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. Let us know. We appreciate your comments. Share the misery on this glorious Sunday morning. Quick look at the scores yesterday for Major League Baseball. Saturday, July 30th. The Rays, 64 over the Guardians. The Yankees, 82 over the Royals. America's Triple-A team. Blue Jays, 5. Tigers, 3. Brewers, 9. Red Sox, 4. Anytime the Red Sox lose, it's glorious. And the Reds. I love the color red. Mets took it to the Marlins 4-0. We call them Miami for our friends in Oklahoma who have the inability to pronounce Miami, but that's okay. We have to be sensitive to them. The Commies won. The Reds 8-2 over the Orioles. Mariners 5-4 over the A-Holes. That was nice. Washington 7-6 over the Cardinals. Twins 7-4 over the Padres. Phillies 2-1 over the Pirates. The Black Sox 3-2 over the Athletics. Braves 6-2 over the Diamondbacks. Rockies 5-3 over the Dodgers. The Hated Ones 5-4 over the Cubs. And in the final game, Angels. The Angels. Oh my goodness, the Angels at home 9-7 over the Rangers. Wow, that's terribly exciting. We're going to take a look at the standings as of this morning to see where everyone is. In the American League East, the best team in baseball, the Yankees, are 69-33 with a .676 winning percentage. Toronto's 12.5 back, followed by Tampa Bay 14.5, Baltimore 17.5, Boston 19. The American League Central, the Minnesota Twins, or the Gemelitos, are 53-47. The Indians are 2 back. The Black Sox are 3 back. The Tigers 13. America's AAA team, otherwise known as Kansas City Royals, are 14.5 back. In the American League West, Houston is 66-37, followed by Seattle 11, Rangers 20, Angels 22.5, Oakland 27.5. In the National League East, the Mets are 63-37. Atlanta's 3 back. Philadelphia's 9.5. Miami, the aforementioned Miami team, 16.5. Washington 29. In the National League Central, Milwaukee's 57-44. Cardinals are 4 back. Cubs are 15.5. Pittsburgh 17. Cincinnati 17.5. In the National League West, los Dodgers are 67-33. San Diego's 12 back. The Hated Ones are 17.5. Colorado 22. Arizona 22. Wow. So there you have a quick standing, the results and the standings in Major League Baseball. So doing very well, folks. Really excited about all this stuff. So give me one quick moment. And wow. All right. Sounds good. Apologize. Needed a big slurp right there. Let me get to some of the stories that we were thinking of covering, and I have to reach into them. I do apologize, folks. I just got in myself less than 3 hours ago, so I'm trying to get all my stuff together right now. I'm tired. In some Major League Baseball news, Mr. Jackie Robinson, Tim Anderson, gets a 3-game ban for making contact with the umpire. Chicago White Sox shortstop Tim Anderson has been suspended for 3 games after making contact with home plate umpire Nick Marley in a contest against the Oakland Athletics on Friday. Major League Baseball announced on Saturday. Let's see if we can take a quick look at that. See what happened. I know you're not going to get any video sound, but this might help for some of the stuff going on. See if we can set it up. There it is. Okay, he called it a strike. He's not happy. I'm not John Boy. Oh, magic word. Oh, bumped him. You're out. You're out. Yeah. I know it. You know you get frustrated, but dude, back off. The first pitch of the at-bat. It was the first pitch of the at-bat. I was able to hear the announcers in the background. So, yeah, it's bad. Oh, and LaRussa, dude, you got to go. Look, I'm for equal opportunity age-wise. Dude, you are so detached to this game. You've got to go. So, now Anderson will be in the White Sox lineup on Saturday because he's appealing the suspension. The 2-time All-Star was also banned for the first 2 games of the season after making contact with an umpire last September. So Tim Anderson has problem with bumping into umps. wonder how many times Jackie Robinson did that in real life. We should look that up. How many times was Jackie Robinson ejected from a baseball game? Let's see what that search brings us right here. Okay. I say, how many times was Jackie Robinson ejected from a baseball game? And it does not give us, it says stealing home. So, I don't know. I'll have to look up. I don't recall him as being, as having that. Oh, here we go. No, that's misleading. Microsoft Bing, you were misleading. All right. Well, I don't recall. Okay. Well, someone's in on Sports Talk with the guys, and they're saying hola. So don't know who that is. Let us know, or let me know. But all right. In additional use, I think the Big Dog and I were kind of just we were at a game, and Almighty sent this to us. So this is a bit of news. UK's rugby league bans transgender players from women's games. Transgender players in England have been blocked from competing in women's rugby in union and league. Transgender players have been blocked from competing in women's union and league rugby in England, the Rugby Football Union RFU, and the Rugby Football League RFL. I don't know where I'm at. Well, it's my fault for the sleep deprivation. So I don't have access to it right now. I had to send it to you as a Facebook Messenger, and I'm going to put it in the group page for NDB Media, in the host page. So bear with me, folks. And there it is. So unfortunately, I had to put it only on 2 pages. I don't have access to my email right now. So I'm on the new computer, so unfortunately, I don't have access to that. I apologize. Hopefully, the Big Dog will be able to join me shortly, and we'll see. The new guidance will apply to 6 transgender women registered to play in England. The RFU Council voted in favor of updating its gender participation policy for the 2022-2023 season. And 33 in favor, 26 against, and 2 abstaining. So, wonder how long it took you to post that. So, we'll see. After a 2-year review, the governing body voted on a complete ban on transgender women for women's rugby in England, a change from its previous policy. In 2019, the RFU assured transgender women of their inclusion and issued guidelines to be met by all transgender players before they could play rugby. Look, folks, I'm old, and it's transgender players do have an advantage. So it's very simple. This is my solution. We already have male. We already have female. Let's have another one. Then that's it. It's equal play. There's no such thing as equal play in sports, but look, we already have that. So I'm old, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, but look, we've seen it time and time again. When we have transgender players, it throws everything off. I'm saying not that they should not compete. I believe that they should compete, but of equal status. So males with males, female with females, trans with trans. That would be my simple solution. I know a lot of people are going to resent and hate me for it. I can already see the hatred on its way, but it's just, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. When you have someone who was a male and is moving over to female, they dominate. It's not the same. It's not the same competition. So we should have a third league at that point. Now, it is just my opinion, and it's unfair. You see it all the time. So, look, there are rules that we have in place for whatever reason. Society is changing, and to make it simple, we should just have it on that level. And we should see what happens with that. Hopefully it will come to pass where they're able to resolve it. Not my way of thinking, but that there is resolution. But for right now, the United Kingdom has chosen to do so for rugby league. We'll see what's going to happen moving forward. So I know there's situations that have come up here in the United States that we've had a chance to bring that issue up, and Sports Talk with the Guys has not done so. And it's really my fault because I haven't touched on those subjects. But when they show up more often, we will be able to get to them. Now, current WWE superstar's wife recalls getting intimate at Madison Square Garden. It seems the backstage world of WWE can be a pretty wild place at times. The WWE universe has always been fascinated with what goes on behind the scenes at Raw and SmackDown. Today we got a story from the wife of Randy Orton that nobody probably expected. During the latest episode of the Wives of Wrestling podcast, the wife of the Viper, Kim Orton, spoke about the time the Big Show walked in on her and Orton. The Apex Predator and his wife were being intimate during the Christmas Day episode of Monday Night Raw. This took place back in 2013 at Madison Square Garden. Consider the source, folks. Consider the source. So, Big Show walked in on us in Madison Square Garden. Kim Orton revealed. He told us in the room to go in. The security guard walked in on us. That's when we had both titles. New, fresh love. There's nothing better. We're showing Christ our love. Oh, how sweet. How sweet. You're at a public place. It's going to be an event, and you're doing what you're doing. Folks, it's putrid. It's I mean, if this is what you go for, then I suppose if this is how you want to conduct yourself, yeah, I suppose I have Quaker leanings myself, but it's just look at what you're doing and where you are. So it now provides fodder for the program. Ooh, salacious material. You're in a public place. This is what you're doing beforehand. Big Dawg says he is walking to his car and he'll be here in a few moments. We shall see. And Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow is undergoing surgery to remove his appendix. This was on Saturday, July 30th. The NFL Network will present. I'm sorry, I apologize. This event came in on July 26, 2022, earlier in the week. Cincinnati Bengals star quarterback Joe Burrow will miss some practice time to open training camp. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reported Tuesday that Burrow is undergoing surgery to remove his appendix, per a source informed of the situation. While there's no good time to have surgery, it's better for Burrow to find out now he needs procedure than on the eve of the regular season or perhaps during a playoff run. Of course. Burrow is coming off of a spectacular second season in which he led the NFL in completion percentage, 70.4, and passing yards per attempt, 8.9 in 2021, while leading an explosive Bengals offense. With the Bengals improving the offensive line in front of Burrow this season, he's in for an even bigger 2022. In addition, the quarterback is in line for a massive extension next offseason. First, however, he'll have his appendix taken out. I, who have had my appendix taken out when I was 17 in the summer, I think it was July of 1986. So, know what it's like. With Burrow out to start camp practices, Brandon Allen and Jake Browning would take the quarterback reps until he returns. Cincinnati could also add a camp arm in the upcoming days to add another quarterback to the rotation. We also heard the announcement of NFL Plus. I believe it's going to start in 2023. You'll have to verify that. Let me look that up right now. NFL Plus streaming. Yeah, this was announced between 3 and 5 days ago. Obviously, it's a brand new streaming service. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell calls this an important day in the history of the National Football League, and that is, if anything, an understatement. With the release of its proprietary streaming service, NFL Plus, they will now have access and control of their image and product from the beginning to end of the pipeline, building their business model for smartphones and tablets. The NFL will now, there's a grammatical mistake on that, offer fans access to an all-of-market preseason games on a device and live and local and national primetime games on mobile devices for the base tier price of only $4.99 a month or $39.99 per year. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be starting relatively soon for this service. Now, I'm not familiar because I haven't had DirecTV in some time now, but one of the more, I was going to say profitable, it is profitable, but one of the better products out there is NFL Red Zone. And I know it's coming to an end on DirecTV, but I don't know if it's coming to an end this year or next year. I believe there's going to be a year of overlap, but I believe the big dog himself has NFL Red Zone, not through DirecTV, but through his cable carrier. Good morning, Big Dog.
There we go. Can you hear me?
I'm able to hear you.
Good. Thank you, sir. I was having problems with my earbud. Let me get back so you can see me. There we go. All right. So Randy Orton and his wife messing around in their private office is putrid to you?
Yeah, dude. You're in a public place at Madison Square Garden.
No, they weren't out in the crowd. They were in the back in the tunnelways in their private dressing
Big Dog.
He's one of the top tier guys.
Dude, I'm sorry. They said they were in Madison Square Garden. So
yeah, and they didn't say they were in the crowd fucking. They were. That's why they said. That's why it said the Big Show walked in on them because they were in an office.
Big Dog, look,
yes.
They're going to perform a show. They're at a public place, whether they're in a private office or not. Look, as I said, it was my opinion. You are who you are. This is salacious material. You know, it makes for news when there is no news. This is the fact that America is, and people are going to get offended by this, but when it comes to certain things, America has a schizo personality when it comes to salacious things of this nature. And it is. You know, why do you have to mention it? You have to mention it because you want to get ratings. So it is of a putrid nature.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't consider it putrid. It airs after the fact. Remember, it was in 2013 that it happened. It's not like it happened last week or actually this week when they were at Madison Square Garden this week. And most likely, I'll bet $50 or $100 that it was a prank by one of the other wrestlers that had Big Show walk in, because that's of course what WWE just loves to do. They love to pull their damn pranks on each other. They knew Randy was seeing someone new. Usually, when you see someone new, you're hot and heavy. And they probably told Big Show, "Hey, Big Show, go tell Randy we need to switch the ending or whatever. He's over in his private dressing room. Don't even bother. Just walk right in." And we've seen worse at parks, at theaters. But okay, I mean, if you feel it's putrid, that you're right. That is, you have the right to your opinion. You are correct.
They're in a public place, whether they were going to perform that day or not. Good for them. I'm glad they're having a good time. But
they were in a public arena, but they were not in a public place. They were in their private dressing room.
I mentioned that when I read the article. Madison Square Garden is a public building, whether they were in their private, which I mentioned in the article when I read it.
You walk into Madison Square Garden and see if you can get to the back to the dressing room. And tell me how public that is.
It's a public building, dude. They're in their private office. I read what it stated.
The movie theater is a public place, and I personally have seen people going at it at least 3-4 times.
So okay, you justifying that you've seen it. I guess you're okay with it.
I saw it.
How you're slamming my say, hey, dude, well, if this is a public place and they're doing it, I said, look, it is what it is. I want to welcome the man who has not been on with us for a little while, Dreem. Good morning.
Oh my God, it's Stan Muffin!
What's going on, guys?
It is Sunday morning. How are you? How is the Big Easy? I'm sorry. How is the man in the Big Easy?
Pretty good. It's Sunday, so we're closed, and I was like, "Oh, they're doing it on a Sunday today."
No, we're having the program on a Sunday. Public forum.
Yeah.
Well, you're not in Madison Square Garden.
We can't do it because this is a public show, so it can't be done that way.
We're not doing it, and I'm not going to be prepared to answer any accusations from anyone about doing it in public.
What happened in Vegas is private.
Some people like an audience. What can I say?
And that is true. And that is absolutely amazing. So it is glorious. So how is your one day off going so far, Dreem?
I just woke up. I have coffee mixed with espresso, and I am wonderful.
Wow. Big Dog, you're in your vehicle. Where are you off to, young man?
I'm going to pick up my daughter. She gets out at 7 a.m., so I decided to get there early, and I'll just broadcast from there until she gets out, and then we'll drive back.
That's awesome.
I was going to say, it's already 8:36. You're late.
Oh. Okay, take another sip of your coffee. Good morning, Tony. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday. I'm sorry I did you wrong, Tony. I was out and about yesterday. We announced it late on Friday that we were going to change up the schedule. And guess what? I put the announcement to go in, and of course, it never went through. So
You were all over. You were all over the place yesterday. You did all over Lake Tahoe. Jesus.
Drove over 700 miles, and I didn't drive one of the miles. Didn't drive one all day yesterday. Actually, well into this morning. I did not officially get in until about 2:30 this morning, Pacific time. So, Dreem, how you been, man? It's been a while. I know you've been busy.
Yeah, it's been a little busy. You know how it is. A little tired, a little busy, but you just keep punching that clock and keep on moving.
How's the family? That's the more important thing.
Good. Everybody's good. Danielle just tweaked her back a little bit. So yesterday.
Oh, way to go, stud muffin! Way to go.
No. I was at work. So.
Oh, but it was at work.
Wow, that's impressive that you could do that from work. That you could do that from work. You could tweak it back from work. That's impressive.
The big dog loves to stick a fork in me by saying that we are going to agree to disagree, and that might be one where I'm just going to agree with the big dog. There's no disagreement. If you can do that from work, that's beyond impressive.
You guys are crazy.
Yes. The big dog and I had a moment, and again, sorry, Tony, again, thank you for joining us. Appreciate the likes. We've already received 2 likes. I think one of them is, of course, for the big dog when he was in, because the link was not provided to him beforehand by the Scorekeeper. So he was punching away on the Sports Talk with the Guys page, and he chose the like. Thank you, big dog. Tony gave us a like as well. And big dog and I, not necessarily last minute, but the day before, I asked him if he wanted to join me, and he was up for it. And boy, big dog, I think the weather, oh my God, maybe we've had the weather curse. And I'll let the big dog jump in at any moment on that. But we've always talked about being at the perfect game with the perfect weather. And each time the big dog and I feel that, the home team gets bazooked, bashwalloped, belamed, whatever. What happened, big dog, on Friday night when we went to go see the 66ers of the Inland Empire?
The first place by a lot, San Bernardino 66ers, they got their asses handed to them, and then the other team took it back, and then they handed it back to them, and then they took it back again, and then they handed it back to them again. They got shellacked 16-1 on a 3-hitter, which actually should have been a 2-hitter because that first hit was an error. Remember? So, well, actually, no, they had ended up having 5 or 6 hits, so never mind. But still, they got shellacked by the last place team. And of course, my answer was, well, it is an Angels franchise.
But unlike this team, no, I got that, Tony. Thank you. I'm sorry, Tony. We did put the announcement in, but it never went up on any of the pages. So I was having some internal computer issues, as I'm having internal computer issues right now. When Big Dog asked me, or when he stated on the page this morning, would you kindly send me the link through email? I was like, oh, shit. Brand new computer, folks. And I'm having email issues. So I was like, of the only damn thing that I can't get to work, that's where Big Dog needs the email. And I'm like, God. You saw the faces I made. I was like,
You have 2 phones there. You can access it through them.
Oh, yeah. For the man who's sleep deprived, you're right. Bro, it took like 30 seconds to okay, stop thinking it through because the train is not moving forward.
Actually, the train has left the station.
Yeah.
You have like 3 computers, 2 iPads, and 2 phones. You could have accessed it.
Prior to the...
Man, I'm surprised he can't access it from his smart toilet.
Oh, that's right. And he's got a smartwatch. He could have done it there too. That's right.
I have a sleep deprivation headache, so Yeah. That's the face I made, and the big dog said, "Don't make that face." I'm like, I don't even have a face for that face. So I just kept it. I was gonna try to respond, like whine the other way, and it's like it's gonna take me like 30 seconds to respond to that. So again, the train never left the station. It was awkward. And then about like 3 years later, he put in another comment. I'm like, oh God, by the time I get to commenting on that one, I think I'm gonna be dead.
Just get to sleep. Get to sleep.
Look, Michael Day joined me early on, and he said, "Dude, how long are you gonna go?" I'm gonna go as long as I can. I did get about 2.5 hours in, and I did wake up early. Oh God, it pissed me off. I woke up at 5, like son of a winch. So I put the alarm for 5:30, and I woke up again before 5:30. I had done that before. So there's no gas. The train has not left the station. And again, usually the big dog and I argue about a green or not a green. This time, there's no agreement, big dog. The station hasn't left. The train hasn't left the station.
Man, if you got the station leaving, you in trouble.
Yes. So we want to thank everyone who's joining us this early in the morning. So Dreem, how are you, pal? I'm glad. I know you've been busy. So I'm being rude, dude. Everything going good with Danielle? Everything okay?
Everything's going good. Like I said, she just tweaked her back. Yeah, everything went all right. She just tweaked her back last night, and so she's like just in bed resting and stuff like that. There he goes.
No, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I just have to type something, so I had to move.
He's actually adjusting the gears in the car, so he didn't want
is that what he's calling it now?
Yeah, he didn't want to, give Scorekeeper cause for coming up with another bad word. I used putrid this morning. That big dog. Big this morning.
The car's in first gear, but I'm in third.
All right, I know Tony's into football a little bit.
Just a bit.
So I had
a Bob Euchre line. Just a bit outside.
Yeah. I was thinking this last week. I was talking football with one of my buddies at work, and we were talking about who we thought, because everybody plays the fantasy basketball stuff. Who's your all-time starting five? Who's your who are you going with? So we're like, why don't we do that with football? Who's our all-time starting lineup? Who would we want in each position working together? Football is my life. No, you're wrong, Tony. Football is life.
Do we agree to disagree?
No, he's just being selfish. Football is for everybody.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So we were just kind of talking about like who would want in different positions and stuff like that. So I was kind of wondering if I could get your guys' opinions too, like who football teams, like not just which team is the greatest, because the argument could be made for the the 85 Bears and all that jazz, but like specific players, like who would you want on your team if you're building the perfect team for you, to be competitive and stuff like that. We're going with like quarterbacks and receivers and tight ends and all that good stuff. But then, just to pick defense of a certain team, in a year. So like you're building a fantasy team. So I was kind of curious is like if you guys had any ideas or if this is something you would want to, get into. Oh, yes, there it is. There it is.
We should do. And Big Dog and I were talking about the fact that we have never, ever done the first week of NFL football games. We've just, for whatever reason, we've never called the first game. Because I think we're just like, football's here. And we're just, let's play. And
you almost made me spit out my coffee, man.
Sorry, dude. But Tony says he does stand corrected. He is in Cincinnati for 6 days. I'm sorry, dude. I really am.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
Scorekeeper's second favorite city. All right.
So Gmo is in New York right now, and she's going to be catching a game on either August 2nd or August 3rd. I don't recall right now. I think it's August 2nd. She's going to be catching a game, Yankees and the Mariners, I believe.
Nice.
So, she's spending 2 weeks with the love of her life.
The Yankees?
Yeah, that's what I'd like to believe.
Her boyfriend.
Oh my God.
Her boyfriend flew her out.
Wow. At least he can afford. Wait, was it a round trip ticket?
It's
I did tell Big Dog.
I will preface that with it's supposed to be.
Oh, that's terrifying. That's terrifying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I keep telling Scorekeeper she's got to come back because her computer's still here.
Yeah, she did leave quite a bit. But then again, if that little rat bastard paid for the whole trip, and I was
might
like,
have gotten her a new computer. Who knows?
Yeah, good. Well, she left a lot of her collectibles, so yeah, and she's akin to myself and the Big Dog.
UPS exists.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, Tony says he stands corrected, which of course, if he were within vision. Oh man, hold on a minute. We talked about this last time, folks. Anyone want to join us? Here is the link itself. So if you want to join the program, there's the link. You're more than welcome to click on the link, come into the green room, and we'll determine if we find you worthy to join us. Just kidding. I know Tony may be working, but Tony, I just sent you the link right there. So if you want to go ahead and join us, you're more than welcome. But all kidding aside, she is over in New York. The boyfriend did fly her out. Big Dog and I were kind of, I think he was more ham-fistedly acknowledging my frustration that I was sharing with him. And he just was Emily Post throughout the whole thing. But we did joke about the fact where I said, Mija, would you please send me an image of your ticket leaving? And she said, okay. And I said, send me the one coming back too. 30 minutes later, I get a copy of the one going, and I'm still kind of waiting, as I told the Big Dog on Friday, I'm still waiting on the return trip. So, allegedly, but let's put it this way. When the boyfriend came to visit her for 2 weeks over here, I thought the dumb little rat bastard rented a house somewhere on the west side, they implied. He was over here in Ontario. The point is that she went into like Klingon cloaking device mode.
Yeah.
She's gone. But I didn't realize how close they were until just a little bit before she takes off. So, but she's going to be there for 14 full days, and I'm really happy for her. And I didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable when I gave her a hug at the airport right there. I said, have fun, do whatever. But when she was on the plane, I was sending her a message, look, contact me whenever you want, send pictures, whatever. Oh, and I miss you. Like, oh, shit, don't send that. Do not send that. Don't try to make her feel guilty, because I said in the text, I miss you already. I was like, erase that shit.
You know what? You
should have said that. That's something a father says.
Yeah.
That's something a father says.
And it's something that she needs to know regardless.
Yeah.
You know, that's an important one. You can send that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because like there's going to be times in her life when she questions, how you feel.
Like now?
Well, yeah, like now. But it's like, wow, I'm leaving, and he didn't even say he misses me. Like, come on.
Or he could, when he hugged her goodbye on the plane, or just before she boarded the plane, he's like, "I'm gonna miss you while you're gone."
I mean,
that would be
I spoke to her.
Yeah.
I did. I told her I didn't send it at the very end. I just thought that sending it again at the text message, I thought it was going to be like, I didn't want her to feel guilty. She's having a good time.
She ain't feeling guilty. Trust me. It's young love.
Well, again, that I didn't want to do any of that, and I just have a good time. I did tell her in the restaurant, I said, I'm going to miss you while you're gone, and I just hope you enjoy your time. I don't want the time to go by fast because I want you.
What was her response?
The little 25-year-old just smiled, put her head down, and just took another bite of her hamburger. What do I remember? My Gmo is a mini me when it comes to being a ruthless. When you're holding court, you do not let go. So you do not show weakness, and that's what she was doing. She is a mini me in many ways, man. She's ruthless.
But you need to let her know that it's okay. You need to be vulnerable with her, as well as let her be vulnerable with you.
Dude, yes, we are vulnerable. Every time we watch Rogue One, she knows I get teary-eyed when the Rebel fleet shows up. She knows that.
No, we're talking about real life experiences.
He's trying to deflect because he doesn't want to be vulnerable with us.
Just a little bit.
It's okay.
What? I don't want to be vulnerable?
He hates being vulnerable in front of us. I know.
Big Dog has already bitch slapped me way too many times for repeating the same thing over and over.
Since we're talking about bitch slapping, so we're at the game. So we're at the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're on the game on
Friday. Okay. That was damn funny. No, it was great. Go ahead, Big Dog. I don't want to ruin this. This was damn funny.
Roger got great seats, right behind home plate, first row. So we're right there at the net, and it's pretty empty. There's this family just to the right of me, right on the aisle, and the lady has a baby, and the baby's probably maybe 6-7 months old, if that.
Okay.
So they're going back and forth, and then towards the end of the game, like I said, they're getting the shit kicked out of them. It's like 14-1 at the time, and they're talking amongst themselves, but loud enough for us to hear. And she says, whatever the baby's name, and let's say Maria is the baby's name. So I wasn't paying attention to Maria, and I wasn't paying attention to her, and she slapped my boob. Roger only hears she wasn't paying attention to me. And Roger answers back, I don't blame her. Yeah, I don't blame her. And I immediately turned to Roger. I'm like, Roger. And he's like, what? I go, you didn't hear the whole thing? He's like, what are you talking about? She said they weren't paying attention to her. So I said, yeah, I don't blame them. I go, no, she said they didn't pay attention to me. She slapped my boob. And you said, I don't blame them. Roger turned beet red, apologized profusely.
And the lady behind us, who was part of the party, dying laughing as the Big Dog is explaining it to me. She's like, oh, he didn't hear? And I was able to see, because I turned right to the Big Dog, and the lady's like a seat behind and to the right of the Big Dog. And she's like, oh, the dumbass didn't hear. And she's now telling everyone in the party, and they're starting to laugh. And the lady herself was like, what? Dumbass didn't hear? But okay, she kind of started. The husband was on the end, and all I could see for him was like.
Depending on how long they're married, it's a different reaction.
Yeah. Well, the point is, it was under 10 years. And all I could see was a seriousness to that guy. And I was like, oh, my heel is still effed up. It's still effed up.
Well, I don't think he's going to go for the
heel.
heel.
Neither run nor stand my ground. Notice, I didn't say stand my ground or run. I said, I can't run. That was the first one.
Yeah. Roger's defense mechanisms are flight and flight.
I will neither agree, disagree, or argue.
It was just so funny because I mean, as soon as he said that, I just immediately turned to him and I was like, Roger. And he's like, what? I'm like, you didn't hear the whole thing, did you?
Like, what? I heard the team's getting. Look, honestly, What she said, if you look back at it in context, my response was really good. Okay, it was because I was referring to the game where she says, "Well, if no one's paying attention," I'm like, "Well, why would they? They're getting their asses handed to them." My response was really funny, and that's where I was focused on the game. But Big Dog turns around and he's like, "Dumbass."
There was a little more to what she said.
What are you talking about? I heard clearly. I'm like, well, no, you did not, dumbass. He educated me right there, and I was horrified. I was genuinely horrified.
The worst thing you can do when somebody is trying to correct you is double down on your stupidity.
Oh, thank God. No,
I meant what I said.
Oh, Big Dog. I vomited, didn't I? I was like, I am sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I am so sorry. I mean, it took Big Dog it would have taken the average person 2 seconds to realize what they had said. But with me, Big Dog had to be pendejo, pendejo, pendejo. And by the third pendejo, what? He says, you effed up. And the minute he said, you effed up in the manner that he did, I was like, oh my God, I was swimming. I was like, I wanted to die.
We got to change your name to Benjamin. Benjamin Dejo.
Benjamin Pendejo. Oh, yeah, Benjamin Dejo. Yes, Tony says you
Pendejo.
can't take me anywhere. That's true, Tony. In many ways, you cannot. I was lucky. We did get great seats. I mean, I didn't realize I didn't want to haggle with the woman. We were right there for the first pitch as we were buying the tickets, and it was like best two available. It was a minor league game, and I'm really happy about the prices of minor league games. But even if you say best available at a minor league game, you can still get bent over. When I saw the charge, I was like, oh, hey, fuck it. Let's go have a good time. And you know what? We did.
Yeah.
The hot dogs were only $1. The drinks were, we got to give them a shout out. The small drinks of soda, I mean, it was kind of stupid. I was a bit bent out of shape over that. The small cups of soda were like $2.50. And I looked at this, just give me the goddamn large. I'm not going to keep coming back for that.
Yeah.
We knew we were in for it though, because we were just talking. And I was clowning around with him. I go, it's probably gonna be a blowout.
We were in line to get the food.
Yeah, because we went to see we went to see where we were sitting first, and then right as he said, okay, let's go get food. I said, all right. Right as we walked away, they threw the first pitch.
Ooh.
And that was it, right?
Yeah.
So we go to get food. It's a very short line. By the time we
Everyone
go back,
was friendly. Oh my God, I do have to say that at Seminole City, everyone was friendly. It was really cool.
We go back to the seats. We sit down, and it's still top of the first inning. Nobody out still.
Okay,
and it's
let me preface that.
And it's 4-1.
Okay, I was about to say.
4-0.
Big Dog and I are like, dude, I think you and I went to one game, one time in our life where all the scoring was in the first inning, and that was it. And Big Dog was like, yeah, I think that did happen. Big Dog and I are pretty on time. Well, Big Dog might not say that, but we're pretty much on time to everything. And on this one, yeah, because I did Big Dog wrong on a Laker tickets back in 1990.
Oh, no, I was thinking Dodger Stadium, how because of Paramo.
You and I, we were there 40 minutes early.
Yep.
And Dreem, you know when we go to games, dude, hey, it's clockwork, baby. We know what to do.
If you're early,
people, right.
Yeah, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
Yes.
You got to get there early enough to get the snacks and the food to make it to your seat before the first pitch, before the tip-off, before the kickoff, whatever the hell you're at.
And folks, for those of you that know and don't know, this was a shitty week. I really had a bad week, and I was desperate to get out. And I think Big Dog realized it because we hadn't seen each other for a little bit, and I was almost begging him, dude, come on, let's go do this. Let's go do this. And I think he realized I needed to get out of the house just to get out of the house for a little bit. And we were going to go one day, and he says, dude, I can't make it. Let's go tomorrow. And I was like, okay, fine. That's how bad. I was like, all right, fine, we'll go tomorrow. And we did. And I hinted to him I wanted to go on Friday. And then on Thursday when we had lunch, which I enjoyed the lunch that we had, I talked about, dude, seriously, I want to go on Friday. I've already been going to games alone. Do you want to go with me? And he was like, yeah, I got to see my schedule, see what's going on. And every time I hear that from someone in the last few months, I'm like, that's a no.
I say let me look at my schedule because I got nothing to do. I'm retired and I stay in the apartment, so I just say that to make myself feel better. Like I have a schedule.
Man. Okay, this is the humble side of the big dog because that is such baloney. He has a big family that he helps and supports, so he's got to check all that.
He's like, I guess I could pencil you in sometime between lunch and New Year's.
Okay, there's some truth to that, but he knows his hours. And we actually even joked about it on Thursday. We said, I'm glad we didn't on Wednesday because he was short on time. So, nevertheless, we enjoyed lunch, and he was like, I'll let you know. And he let me know early on Friday, which was awesome. So I knew we were going to do it. But I ran into problems, as everyone knows who's on my page. Yes, I did go to the emergency room on Monday afternoon, and I got out Tuesday morning. It's not my diverticulitis, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But it still is. It's now. And it's funny because I told Big Dog, I'm sitting in the waiting room in the emergency room, and the lab report came into my phone because I have the patient portal, and I'm starting to read everything. I'm like, wow, I am generally healthy on everything. Oh, what the hell is this? ACL, liver. Off the chart. What the hell?
Man.
And yes, it is related to my liver.
And
I am
he's
having
being modest. They had to give him 2 penicillin shots this time because of that special disease you get.
Yeah.
When you go out, you need to put protection on. So
he went to go see Penicillin Penny.
Yep. So
there's no agree to disagree on that. There's nothing. I wish
so
I
you'll
could
just agree
say
3 out. Okay.
I wish I could, no. There's none of that. Scorekeeper. Yes, Dreem.
Big Dog. So Roger
Yes,
goes
sir.
to the emergency room because he's feeling like crap.
Which is every day of the week.
Finally gets through with his checkup and everything else. The doctor comes back to talk to him.
Oh, this is a joke.
Hey, Roger. I got some bad news for you and some good news. And he goes, okay, what's the bad news? He's like, well, you have a very extremely, extremely rare disease. And he goes, a rare disease? What the hell is it called? Like, what do I have? He goes, well, that's the good news. He goes, what? How is this good news? Like, what do you want to call it?
All right, I'll check out that one.
Okay, now mine. What's the worst thing about going to a proctologist?
When he puts 2 hands on your shoulder.
That's right. There you go. Always on the same wavelength, man.
I've been telling my all right, so I have a bunch of younger guys.
Come on, Tony! You gotta have a joke, pal. Come on.
I've been telling my guys in the restaurant that because they're all younger than me. I'm like, all right,
okay.
when you go to your first when you go to the proctologist for the first time, you got to go get your exam done. It's okay if the doctor puts his hand on your shoulder. You just got to be nervous when he puts both hands up.
Oh my goodness!
So you guys never even answered my question or acknowledged it.
Oh, what a shock! Sports talk with the guys.
So all right. So at least let's get a quarterback in. Who's your all-time starting quarterback for your fantasy team?
Well, I do want to, and that's what I meant to tell, but that's where we got sidetracked on the story. So I think this is something that we should start, and we should have it ready to go by opening day. But we can start talking about it now. I do want to give a shout out to Michelle, who posted the thing about the greatest NFL team of all time. I saw that and I was like, oh, bullshit. So
the 85 Bears?
Yeah, the 85 Bears. And I posted it on our Sports Talk with the Guy page, and I said, and go.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
arguably they are one of the best teams of all time. I will give them that. But it's just the offense wasn't where it needed to be. And
I agree.
it's hard to acknowledge that this team is the greatest when they don't even have, that great of an offense. Like my defensive team, like for fantasy and all that, is the 77 Steelers. I want to say where it's like the Steel Curtain Steelers,
Oh yeah.
and it's like if I'm taking their defense over the 85 Bears defense, then how are we even arguing that the 85 Bears are the best team ever when their main thing was defense?
Yep.
Like it's really tough to make that claim for the 85 Bears. I mean, by all rights and regulations, you could even say the 72 Dolphins were number one or the greatest team ever,
Yeah.
but nobody's ever going to admit that.
Of course not.
No, it's a Miami team. But let me tell you, I think that Dream, thank you for bringing this to the fore. I really believe that we should do this. I do. I am dying to tell everyone my first pick on a team. If we're going to form a team of fantasy players, and I think we should do this and we should have it ready to go. We'll talk about it all through August and through September. But I want to start with tight end. Big Dog may have a clue.
The cheerleader at the 66ers game on Friday.
Okay, that was your favorite, but there was like 7 of them. Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, but I think no offense, Kathy, but I think he had
Kathy.
the tightest end.
Yeah,
Hi, Kathy.
Everything.
Yeah. yeah. So anyway, and Big Dog's like, oh, are they the cheerleaders from the college? San Bernardino University, right? The big school, and I'm like, no, they're barely legal 18-year-olds that are working for the team. So yeah, sorry,
Dirty.
gentlemen, we're old. But
Dirty.
anyway, I want to start off with tight end.
I had a friend in high school. His name was David. His name was David Sanchez, but his nickname was
putting
Dirty.
him on blast.
Yep. His nickname was Dirty.
Dirty David Sanchez. Wow.
No.
All right.
Dirty Sanchez.
Dirty Sanchez. Ooh, okay.
That's right.
So, Dream, let's start off just to get this conversation going. We will talk about the best teams, but we'll also do the positions as well. Who would be your best tight end, Dream? And then Big Dog and Tony?
I say we start off, just pick a quarterback, man.
Yeah, I'd rather go quarterback because I wasn't thinking tight end at all.
What?
Steve Largent. That's who would be my pick as tight end. Steve Largent.
He's not a quarterback.
I know, but he's from the Seattle Mariners. So
okay, haha,
Yeah.
funny joke.
I was just dying to tell everyone that would be my pick as all-time tight end, Steve Largent from the Seahawks. So anyway, okay, you guys want to start with quarterback? See,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be ready to go because I want to give it some thought. But Dream, do you want to get it going and go for it?
Well, you all know I'm a Niners fan,
Really?
and I'm going with Joe Montana.
That was easy.
Yeah, I gave that one a lot of thought this whole freaking week, and I was like, okay, who do you have that's up there in the echelon? Everybody's going to be arguing for Tom Brady, but I don't give him that same respect on greatest of all time when it comes down to building a fantasy team. For me, Tom Brady is kind of a lot like, LeBron in basketball standpoints, where he's overrated. He's good, but he's a little overrated, and it's just that's what people are seeing now. So that's what they're going to argue for and like. But I am partial to my 80s decade 49ers. So I am going with Joe Montana.
I don't know if there's going to be much daylight, or I should say argument, between the Big Dog and you, but I'm interested to see who would be his quarterback. because I know that Big Dog is a fan of Joe Montana in many ways. I don't know if he's his favorite though, but I wouldn't be surprised if he chose Joe Montana. Go ahead, Big Dog. Just curious.
Scorekeeper, who did I say was the best of all time for the longest time up until 2 years ago? Joe Montana. I swore up and down that he was the best of all time until goddamn Brady won that last title. Then I had to unfortunately relinquish that to Brady just because of what he had done. But for how many years and years and years did I say Montana was the best of all time? So that would be my number one choice. His backup would be, and of course I'm partial on this one. His backup would probably be Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, nice. You're not
That's
taking
his backup.
Steve Young?
No,
That would probably be my
no.
backup. That would be my backup, if anything, because he was always a favorite quarterback. Tony says that not only does he want a fantasy quarterback, but one that can run, and he would go with John Elway.
Tony, I'm going to tell you right now, that would be my backup quarterback.
Not. I didn't mean. And when I said that wasn't his pick. That was just I just didn't like. I never liked that Elway because the Raiders could never catch him.
Yep.
He was
always just out of that grasp all the damn time.
And do you guys remember the thing about comparing Montana to Elway? Remember that thing about Elway where he could be running like to the left of the field,
yep,
and he could throw across his body.
Yep.
I don't know if there. I mean, who else could really do that as effectively as Montana did? And
throw
that's
across the body?
one of the more.
Brett Favre?
Yeah, you're funny. That's pretty good. But it's really amazing what Elway did. And I've told the story. I remember I was watching a Raider Bronco game, and I loved the announcers because the Raiders were not having their way with Elway, not even close. They weren't even getting to him. And finally, they got through the line. I forget who it was. Came in, clocked Elway. I mean, put him on his ass. I mean, hit him hard. And Elway gets up, and he pats the guy on the helmet. Like, good hit, dude.
Yeah.
The color guy was like, what the hell is that shit? You're chasing him all day. You're just trying to get, and you finally get him. You pop him, and he gets up. Good hit, dude.
Yeah. That is amazing. Yeah, that's one of those things.
How demoralizing is that shit?
Because in that when you're playing the line like that, and you're trying to get that sack, and you're trying to get all that, man, dude, you're like, I'm gonna murder this guy. He's not gonna be able to get back up. He's not gonna be able to know what his name is. He's not gonna know the names of his kids. He's not gonna know what their birthdays are. But then we all forget.
Yeah, but you don't need to get that hit. Forget.
Just age will do that to you. I know the months. That's the important part. Or like with Scorekeeper, I just text him every couple weeks, like, happy birthday. He's like, it's not today. It's not today. I'll be right eventually.
That was funny. Jeez. And that's very recent, folks.
Yeah. I'm getting older, you can tell, huh?
It was just so funny because he actually does know the day. But it was because I think on one of the profiles that I have, I made up a day just so it wasn't. And so many people sent me the well wishes for that. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? And Dreem was one of them. I'm like, oh no, you didn't. So Dreem was like, oh, all right. I messed up, a little stressed out, family issues and stuff, whatever. You got me, Scorekeeper. And then Dreem decides to be Dreem every few weeks. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I'm like, what a dick. Notice, good thoughts, folks. And what a Scorekeeper, what a dick. That's our circle of friends right here.
Yeah.
This is our safe zone. Hey, Scorekeeper, happy birthday. Fuck off.
Quit reminding me.
Big Dog is not shaking his head because he knows this is our safe zone, right? Look at that. Oh,
It's the
man.
grin.
It was perfect because Big Dog, you froze for a moment and it kept the grin.
Hey,
No.
Big Dog, I have a question for you. I'll give you an extra bonus point if, without asking, you can tell me Kathy's birthday. Oh, he's driving. Oh, there's a delay.
Yeah, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. October 6th, 1989.
Yeah, he knows
Oh, he knew. She
this. No,
told him.
actually, he does.
No,
She
no,
told
no,
him.
no. She's not even in the car anymore.
Yeah, he's got the
Oh,
earpieces in.
I slowed down and I told her tuck and roll. I threw her out the car.
hey, there you go. That's the way to do it.
That's right.
You slowed down to 30?
No.
32, right around there. You know.
Yeah. Oh, man. I did that. I used to do that with my kid when I was dropping her off at school, the youngest. I was like, all right, tuck and roll. I got to get to work. Dude, she would not
What did Aubrey
pleased.
say? Just here, the first time you did that, what was her
She-
answer?
She was like, what? Like, she didn't know what I was talking about. I was like, yeah, you know, when you got to tuck and roll.
See now if she was a chip off the old block, and would be as quick thinking as you, she should have opened the door. Because then that would have scared the holy shit out of you.
That would have been a me move too. Take off the seatbelt, get ready, pop the door open. Oh man,
Dude, it's just because she's a younger kid. She is very sharp. She's very creative.
she is. She
So,
in a
I
much
think
different
she
way.
just-
This one is an artist like no one's business. Like she's like a fantasy artist. She draws dragons and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
She created not TikTok, some
Lord
app,
of the
I don't
Rings, chip
know.
off the old block.
Yeah, she created the social media thing, and
She's probably
it's
on
literally
DeviantArt.
it's just her drawings and stuff, and she takes requests and
Okay,
makes
yeah, she's probably on DeviantArt.
I don't know something.
That's usually the platform the artists use
But
to show off their stuff, and then they take commissions and so on and so
yeah,
forth.
yeah, but she's got like 400 something followers already.
Cool.
And I was like, oh my god, this kid is moving, but she's having fun with it, and that's what matters. So who for you, Scorekeeper, would be your quarterback?
I know, I didn't give an answer, did I?
No, you delayed.
It was unintentional. It wasn't
deflected.
intentional. Because I had to give my tight end pick, and then for the quarterback, I don't know if I will have that much of an exciting pick because I have a fan favorite that I grew up watching who was very effective. I don't want to make him my pure pick. I'm going to take a flyer on this
Jim
one.
Plunkett?
I do want to give a shout out. I'm sorry, Big Dog, what?
Jim Plunkett?
No, actually,
Warren Moon,
a quarterback with Dallas, of all things.
Oh, I hate you.
Danny White.
I hate you too.
Danny White.
I hate you.
Really?
Danny White. Of all the great quarterbacks they've had, you pick Danny White?
As I said, he was a personal favorite because he could punt, he could run, and he could also throw the ball. He wasn't, look, the history stands for what it is. That's why I said I'm going to take a flyer. I'm just going to mention him for sake because I do want to give this some thought. I think in August we make it official and we start talking about the off. Oh, Tony. I think because the minute I said Dallas, like all of you, I think that's what it was. Yuck.
Yeah.
I could go with Tom Wilson and really be a dumbass as a Raider quarterback.
Wow.
Actually, Big Dog, that was a good pick, Jim Plunkett. I actually do like that pick.
I'm not gonna lie.
Not movable in any way whatsoever, but boy, could he get that pass.
When I was building my fantasy team that I was thinking about, there was somebody from Dallas on there that I was thinking of, not for quarterback, but
was it Renfro?
No, I was thinking about Emmitt Smith to throw him on my team, but I had to pass.
That's not a bad pick.
I mean, it
was awesome.
His name just came up, and my receiving core is all from the Niners, and I was like, okay, I got to mix this up a little bit. Like, I don't want to just have freaking a Niners team, because you start thinking about Frank Gore, who's up there, um, one of the all-time greats, and you start thinking about
A
freaking
lot is on that team
yeah,
defensively.
yeah. But
He
it's
might be
like
on my team defensively. A lot.
yeah,
Receiving wise, was Mark Duper even a thought?
nope, not even close.
Oh, Clayton and
Yeah.
Cooper, dude. My God, those. Wow,
Yeah,
Clayton and Cooper. But hey, what about Carter
dude,
from
how can
Minnesota as a
how can you
receiver,
be
right?
looking at the Niners and not think of Jerry Rice?
Well, I didn't say that. That's an obvious one.
Yeah,
It's going to be interesting because we're all going to have to mix it up. Folks, I do want to take a quick moment. I'm going to do a segue. Folks, I want to give a shout out to Michael Day. All of our information, he's doing a marvelous job on the website. As you know, we have the audio, we have the video, and you can click on any program that we have here to the left to lead you to the archive of all of our prior episodes. You can go straight audio or video, but we now have announcements and upcoming guests. So I do want to take a quick moment. On August 1st, Phenom Nicholas Bushi is going to be joining us. He is a magician and a ventriloquist. That's going to be on Monday, August 1st. Samuel Calkins, who's a visual effects aficionado, extraordinaire, I should say, is August 6th. It's Saturday. On August 8th, actor of Potemkin Pictures, Matt Acra, and you may know him from Star Trek Intrepid. On August 20th, Nick Cook, who's also been on our program before, and Reese Slack. You know him. He is from the Amazon series Upload. He is already committed to be on the program, and more than likely it's going to be August 22nd.
Oh yeah.
So
okay.
these
Sounds
are
like
some
you
of the
got some
announcements.
stuff coming up, huh?
We
Yeah,
also have
August
some
is full.
positives. I'm sorry, Big Dog?
I said August is pretty full.
Yes, and all of it is due to Michael Day, who is scheduling. And folks, there are some names that I desperately want to throw out right now, but one of them is
Cheddar?
the minute we announce them, then we don't get them. But we
Cheddar?
have a very famous actor from Battlestar Galactica.
No.
That will be doing. As you know, we've had several Battlestar Galactica actors in the past. So we've had several, and
Now you got me freaking.
I don't want to, mess it up because 6 times out of 12 I might mess it up, or was it 6?
Edward
of
James
13?
Olmos?
No,
Ooh.
but I think Dreem already knows just by what I said.
I remember we had Richard Hatch.
Yeah, of course.
That was freaking amazing.
Yes, we've actually had a few. Chief Tyrrell, I forget his name right now. I'm so sorry. The actor. We also had Rekha Sharma, who was on with us, who played the assistant to the president. But Chief Tyrrell, the actor. We had, oh my God, here is his name right now. He played the chief on Battlestar. Aaron Douglas. That's who he was on with us. As I mentioned, Rekha Sharma's also been on with us. But I already hinted who it was. I even repeated the character's name twice. I'm going to leave it at that. And
were they a Cylon?
Yes.
Ooh.
So, but so was Tyrrell and so was Rekha Sharma. So go figure. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll leave it at that. That one's in the works. We actually have quite a few. And we have quite a few that have told us flat out no.
Katie Sackhoff?
I don't know if we've reached out to Katie Sackhoff right now. That woman is busy. Actually, Hollywood is busy right now, folks. They are very busy because production is almost at full swing, if not into overtime.
They got to make up for lost years.
Yes. So a lot of publicists and agents have been getting back to us and saying, look, it's depending on schedule. And when we're told that by the agent, that's like, not today. We've been told in the last week, no. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
We've been told the agents generally they don't give a rat's ass. They tell you straight up.
Yeah.
They don't
Well,
want you
they
to waste
don't
your time.
exactly. That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. They don't want your time wasted, and they don't want you replying. What about today? What about today? What about today? What about
Yeah.
next week? Can we set up a schedule? They don't want to look at all those emails. They're getting 1,000 emails a day.
Yeah.
So-
The agents are really good, but several agents on several people have told us, look, it's production. They're shooting right now. Not today. So they're telling us you can get back to us, but not next month.
Yeah.
Everyone is filming right now, so we're gonna have to start asking like in November again for those to give you an idea.
I would say maybe like late October or mid October because you want to get them before all the Christmas releases so
Yeah.
they can advertise and talk about things and get people excited, create more hype. And usually that's they're done with principal by then. They might be doing like a few like retouches, reshoots, edits, stuff like that. So it'll still be like fresh in their memory, and they'll get to do their little spiel.
Yeah. And I appreciate that, Dream. So yes, we have some exciting stuff working, but it's a shout out to Michael Day. He is really, really going out of way. He is basically the booking agent for now, and he is scoring regularly. And
Hey, there you
we're
go.
getting back to where
Giggity,
we
giggity.
were remember folks, in 09 through 2013, 2014. I mean, dude, did anyone have more guests than we did?
So Scorekeeper, he right now is the opposite of you.
Yes, I was waiting for one of you to. Well, Dream react. He was the first one to react, but you were the first one to enunciate it.
Yes, because he's scoring regularly. So,
Yes.
Yes.
Scorekeeper's living up to his name. He's just keeping the score for Michael.
That's right.
There you go.
It's almost ref type stuff.
Yeah.
So, all good.
Is that the Bernie Williams jersey?
You bet damn right it is, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really flattered that I asked Gmo if she wanted to take it and wear it at Yankee Stadium, and she's like, "No." I said, "Oh, the bastard already bought you a jersey."
That's fine.
Yeah.
Little does she know what you're wearing.
She doesn't know. No.
Scorekeeper, he probably bought her a pink pinstripe jersey.
Oh God.
Hey, you know what? Whatever.
That one could be pink too if you wash it with some red stuff.
No, stop it. Stop it. It's rare. So it was good. I actually did take this one out on Friday, and I did get dirty looks at San Manuel Stadium in San Bernardino. But I was like, what? Look at my big dog right next to me. He's taller than all of you dumbasses. So I was like, go ahead. Give me all the dirty looks you want. I'll stick the big dog on you. So the big dog like, huh? What?
What?
They're going to beat your ass over the uniform. That's your fault. It was Marvel night at the stadium, right, Big Dog? And it was okay.
Ooh, are you excited?
Disappointed.
Are you excited for the outlook of Marvel?
No. I'm sorry. You're both cutting each other off.
Yeah. Wasn't bad. Since they announced, Disney Plus and the Marvel movies, some I was surprised on, others I wasn't. So something to look forward to.
Kang Dynasty, not exciting.
It depends on who's doing it. If the Russo brothers are doing it, then okay. But we'll see how it's gonna be handled.
We're starting off with Fantastic Four for the next phase. Do you think we're gonna get a John Krasinski?
I hope so, because I thought he did an excellent job in Doctor Strange.
Yes.
So
fantastic.
I like that. So that was a good choice. I have to see who the Invisible Woman is,
or not.
Yeah, there you go. So we'll see how it's going to go.
I think it all comes down to who plays the Thing. Because it's
Yeah.
not the CG. Because you got to be able to pull off the acting through the CGI and crap.
Yeah, exactly.
And then are we going to get a Thing versus Hulk, which would be a
That would be cool.
fantastic. Are we going to get, you know what I mean? Like all this stuff opens up all the possibilities. You know, I'm waiting for. It's going to be a long time because we have to wait for all the contracts to expire. But X-Men. An X-Men Avengers, X-Men versus the Avengers, or X-Men
Well, they
with
can
the Avengers.
they can already do that because Disney already acquired Fantastic Four and X-Men.
Yes, but
So
one of the contingencies in the contract was they have to honor all the contracts for all the actors in the X-Men. So
okay.
I think they're gonna wait for all that to kind of expire before they do anything crazy with it, because I don't think they want to roll with those actors. But
Oh man, I can't. How do you replace Hugh Jackman though?
yeah, but he's not gonna. That's what I'm saying. Like he's not gonna play Wolverine. Like he's done.
I hear they're trying. I hear they're trying again, but he just
He's
doesn't want to because he
he's
says the training is too strenuous.
yeah. He's old, man. He wants to do musicals. Let him be.
That's funny.
He's
But
great at
he
that.
yeah he's great as Wolverine. He is Wolverine.
He is Wolverine. They have to wait. So they're waiting for two things on that. One, they're waiting until they can no longer use any inch of Hugh Jackman left that he's got left. And two, they're waiting for everybody that says, you know, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. There's no replacing him to die. So it's going to be a waiting game. But I want to see that fastball special on live screen. You know?
Oh, that would be awesome. I mean, if they get the proper guy, I have no problem with it. You know, because I mean everybody's replaceable. There's, you know, how many James Bonds have we had? How many Batmans have we had? You know, how many Spider-Man have we had? You know, so I can see a replacement if it's the right person. You know,
Yeah.
rather than just go for
Well,
the name.
Batman needs to be replaced.
Yeah, but you
And
know
not,
what?
not Robert
Pattinson actually
either.
he did a decent job.
No. He all right. I'll give you this. If he was doing like the was it Gaslight Arkham or whatever it is,
Yeah.
like that detective back in the day, Bruce Wayne. Okay, I get it, but I cannot take him seriously as Batman at all.
As Batman, I could. As Bruce Wayne, no. I hated emo Bruce Wayne because Bruce Wayne, you can't be a billionaire, philanthropist, world traveler, conqueror, and be emo.
Yeah.
No one's gonna take you serious in the business world if you look like that.
Yep. But I didn't like him as Batman. I didn't think the suit was realistic. I didn't think nothing, none of it fit for me.
Although I will give him that next to the Ben Affleck's Batman suit, this one was the closest to the comics that they have because they actually designed that suit in the comics first, and then he started wearing it in the movie. So it's been the closest that way.
I don't care. Nobody takes a shotgun blast to the chest with no effects. Straight up. Like just point blank shotgun to the chest. You're gonna have some recoil, even though there's gonna be something. And he just walks through it like nothing. It's stupid.
Yeah, that part was stupid. Yeah, I agree. That part was stupid. I mean, you know, all the other Batmen, you know, had, you know, they got shot, they got whatever, and you could see, especially like Ben Affleck, you know, they had the dislocated shoulder, and you know, he takes off his
yeah, you see all the
jersey.
bruises and everything.
Yeah, you see the bruises and the scars and everything else. So yeah,
or it's like you get hit, the bullet deflects off you, but you're still moving to react to the force. You know, like it hits you, your body turns, and then you keep
he's not
walking.
Superman.
Yeah,
he's not Superman.
That's stupid, man. I will say that Ben Affleck would have been better. Affleck would have been better as like the Thomas Wayne Batman, Flashpoint Paradox kind of.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
That would have been a better script for him to play Batman. Like if they would have announced Ben Affleck as Batman, and then at some point before, then they would have said, "Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, this is the Flashpoint." I would have been over the moon excited about it. You know,
Yep.
do you know what we're talking about, Scorekeeper?
Sure do.
Awesome. You look concerned, so I don't know if you're reading or
I'm listening
Okay.
and reading as well.
okay. Yeah, as a Thomas Wayne Batman, he would have been perfect. But I didn't buy him as it either. I don't think DC ever really set up their main characters well enough, from the get-go. Christian Bale, I liked as Batman, probably the best Batman we've seen in recent years. And I use that term loosely. Christopher Nolan, great director for it. Like that whole trilogy, I loved.
The only movie that they've actually gotten right over the last 10, 15 years, I guess, would be the first Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That everything else has been,
Perfect.
oh god,
that was
yeah,
great casting, great script, great everything. Not
Then
the second one.
Oh my god, that was so horrible. Oh my god, that was bad. As soon as, I was just so disappointed.
Yeah. And then they finally got Henry Cavill as Superman. I'm good with that.
Yeah, Cavill, yeah.
Cavill,
Whatever it is.
Cavill,
No.
I don't know. He's
Another
Superman.
Englishman taking our American jobs. Damn it.
Immigrants. What you gonna do? I can't believe we're saying it. All right, moving on. I just had a horrible dream about shit like that, where I was dealing with people like they were saying you people and and I was like what, and then I was in the wrong, and then I ended up getting arrested, and then I ended up all this stuff. Dream, horrible.
What kind of shit show is going to be happening? I guess it'd be late this year, early next year, when Ezra Miller, whatever the fuck his name is, Ezra Miller, when he has to do his press tour.
Oh no, he's done. He's done being the Flash. He's done.
Oh yeah, but I mean, DC still stupidly holding their ground, and they say they're going forward with that movie. The movie will be released.
Oh God.
I guess with no press tour, or without him in the press tour.
Yeah, I would distance myself.
That dude
from
is
his,
psycho. Yeah,
my
no kidding.
No, that's the problem. There was kids.
Yeah. I mean, DC's got enough money. Warner Brothers has enough money, and whoever the hell else. Was it Time Magazine owns them? Scorekeeper, Warner Brothers.
I believe so. Time Warner.
Time Warner's got enough money. Do damn reshoots and bring. Gustin Grant, the TV Flash, to
he would. He's good too, man. He's really.
I don't know why they didn't get him for the movie.
Contracts, probably shooting schedules. It's probably it. They probably wanted somebody younger to play him, so they had more longevity with him.
I guess, but the problem though is that Miller's Flash is nothing like Barry Allen. That is not the Barry Allen character at all. No. He's more Bart Allen than anything.
Yes.
Let me interrupt real quick, gentlemen. When I said Time Warner, that was mistaken. It's actually Warner Discovery. Remember that merger? It was bugging me the minute I mentioned Time Warner. I'm so sorry.
Whatever.
So it's Warner Brothers Discovery.
Heard. Thank you for that correction.
It was.
That's why we go to you with the big questions.
That's
because
right.
you will get us, even if you make a mistake, you will get us the right answer. I appreciate that.
Ladies and gentlemen, 7:42 a.m. Sports Talk with the guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Sunday.
Sunday.
Fun day.
Sunday.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a speciality day. I thank you for tolerating us. The fact that I was out and about. I was on a day trip with two classmates of mine. It was a long time in coming, and I didn't realize how quickly it came to pass. But I even told the big dog, I was like getting these messages from these two, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, what do you mean Saturday morning at 5 a.m.? What are you talking about? I said, well, we got to get on the road, and we're going to do this to, the undiscovered country. We're going to be going out all over the place. So it's like, wow. I didn't even know where we were going, but that's why I made the announcement, and I was out, and they showed up. Much to my shock, they were there at 5:30 in the morning. I was like, "Holy crap!" So,
and you're right. Today's Sunday is a very special day, as it is officially the very last match for Ric Flair.
oh,
They have been announcing this for a few months.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he's going to wrestle. He's 72 years old. And he's actually in his last match. They've been announcing this for a bit. They actually had to get a bigger arena because so many people were buying tickets. So they went to an actual regular-sized arena that holds, I think, like 15 or 17,000 people, and it is a sellout. They've tweaked the
Don't get
the
me started
match a
on
bit.
George Jetson. Sorry, the Jetsons are horrible.
That's and they're born today, and he's born today.
No, if you do
I
the
don't know if
math, George
Uh-huh.
Jetson is like 40 years old in the show,
yes.
and his wife is in her very late 20s or early 30s or something like that. But the daughter is like 17, 16.
Oh, okay.
So he was with a minor
So
when
so she's from Tennessee then. Okay, no problem.
George Jetson, really Ezra Miller. No.
Yeah, no kidding. So anyways, back to Ric Flair. They
The wheelchair match. They should get Undertaker. They should get Hulk Hogan.
Originally it was going to be a one-on-one match, and I think little by little they're realizing Rick really doesn't have it anymore. Hardly anything left in the tank. I mean, he's been wrestling for 50 years now, literally. So they tweak it. Now he is wrestling with Andrade, who is actually his real life son-in-law. Who Charlotte just married him maybe less than 2 months ago. So they added him in a tag match. So he's going to be doing all the work. Rick will come in, do a few chops, hopefully take a light bump, and then get back out. And I can't remember the guys that he's wrestling, but
he's going to come in and do the pin.
Yeah, it's and I guess his robe. It's a special occasion robe that I think it's a replica of his first robe that he wore in his first Starrcade match back in like the 70s. And supposedly this robe is worth like $20,000-$30,000 that he's gonna be wearing in his final match, and I guess they're gonna auction it off or something or other. But he says this is his absolute last match. And if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if he either has a neck problem or a back problem. So I'm hoping he doesn't do something stupid, which he probably will, because it is Ric Flair.
He'll just take a quick bump before he goes on. He'll be all right.
Yeah. But it's a huge match. The undercard is stacked. I mean, I may actually buy this pay-per-view. That's how stacked this undercard is. It's a lot of grudge matches that are intercompany, but since it's an indie show and it's for Ric Flair, all these separate companies, other than of course WWE, lent their talent out for this show.
Lent their talent out like they're not going to get a cut.
Yeah, exactly. But
They're like,
they
we
could
want
they
to
could
be
have
a
been
part
they
of
could
this
have been
ticket. We want a piece of that pie.
they could have been assholes like WWE and say, no, we can't have our people show up somewhere else. Blah blah blah.
No, they're
So,
gonna want to cut of the pie, man. That's all it
oh
is.
yeah,
Everybody's gonna be buying pay-per-view to see his last match. They're like, we're gonna make some money off of this. Let's go.
yeah, because it's talent from TNA, AEW, I think Ring of Honor, New Japan, and a couple of other companies that are all part of this thing. It's called Starcade, and usually it's like a big meet and greet on Saturday, and then Sunday they have a bunch of matches. They usually do it once a year, and it's held in different spots. But I guess what I want to see though is Friday they did a roast of Ric Flair, and, and I'm hoping there's a tape of it somewhere because this man has done a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah,
So it'd be interesting to hear what all the wrestlers have to
cocaine,
say.
meth, LSD, a lot of crazy stuff.
Oh yeah. But anyway,
Man,
let's get
just
back
to
to Rook.
see him go on, like you remember those matches where he went on back in the day. You know he had some stuff in him.
Oh yeah.
You
But
know him, Macho Man, Ultimate
he performed.
Warrior.
But the thing is, he performed well though. I mean, even if he was high or whatever he was on, he still had a 45-minute match, and it was perfect.
Yeah,
Now the guys now, they get high and they have a crappy match, and they pull a Jeff Hardy, you
yeah.
know, and they can't have a match. At least Rick, he whatever he did outside of the ring, as soon as he stepped in that circle, he was good to go. The
At least they
whole,
don't pull a
however
Bret.
long it
At least they don't pull a Bret Hart.
was.
That would have been bad.
There was a good documentary on that just the other day, and they interviewed Goldberg, and Goldberg still, what is this, 12, 15 years later, still would not admit that he ended Brett's career. He does not take any responsibility for it whatsoever.
Oh, I'm sure his lawyer told him to say that too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you're right.
You don't admit shit. Like, nope, wasn't me. I didn't do it. You don't want to be accused of manslaughter. Not gonna happen.
But we'll go back to regular sports so Scorekeeper can join in.
I'm listening. This is sports. I didn't
He's
have
used to
much
just
say on
being
that
a fly on the wall.
one. I was a fly on the wall yesterday all day.
We're doing this because Matt's not here. This is in honor of Matt. Since Matt wouldn't allow us to broadcast from the church, I thought that would have been interesting.
We were willing to go live. We were trying to make the video component work, but
yes, we were gonna broadcast between the Psalms that they had.
Yeah.
Matt was like, no. I don't think Matt found that funny when I said that.
No, he did not, because he stayed on after the program. Oh no, wait. Oh no, this was commented on the Facebook.
Yeah, in the PMs, yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of PMs.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Before I forget, Scorpio, I'm sorry. Why don't you add Tony into the group in the PM so that in case we make an announcement like you did that didn't go out, at least he'll be aware of it on the PM. Or I'll add him later if you want.
Yeah, I think it's best to just take the initiative on that one, Big Dog.
Yeah. Someone might
Okay,
forget.
look, dumbasses, both of you. Okay. The reason why I stayed quiet on that, and I'm offended by that, is I already hinted. Tony and I are not friends on Facebook, so I'm unable to add him.
I wasn't being a smart ass. I just told him to take the initiative and just take care of it because I wasn't aware.
You told that to the Big Dog, so it's all right.
Because he's friends with Sports Talk with the guys, so that's how you add him.
I'm unable to do so, so why don't you go ahead, Big Dog? Really? You have administrator authority. So.
Okay.
I don't even have administrator authority. You should feel honored.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I don't anymore because I can't sign in the StreamYard, so I have no authority anymore. That's why Scorekeeper has to send me the code.
Nope. Well, we lost Scorekeeper.
Sleep deprived, and both of them are being asked. Oh, mute yourself, dumbass.
He loves to showboat so much. He's the Ric Flair of sports talk with the guys.
I don't like him. Oh my god. Oh shit. All right, I'm gonna have to make it happen. You see, I swore. I do apologize. So there it is, folks. Wow, I'm gonna endeavor. That's my number one list item on my task list to do. So we're gonna make that happen. So all right, folks, there it is. We're gonna add Tony.
So by 2023, you'll be added, Tony.
Major League Baseball trading deadline is coming up on August 2nd, so there's a lot of stuff going on. There's not as much activity in the past, but we are now entering the final days. Of course, there was a big deal yesterday for reliever Luis Castillo is on the move. The Yankees picked up a really good hitter, not much in the way of power, but a impressive hitter who's hitting in 315. Can you imagine? Wow, I'm giving accolades to guys hitting 315. But
scorekeeper, Tal, Tony, and Stud Muffin. What was the highest average of the 66ers? Who was their best hitter?
286.
I think so. And what was the lowest?
This is the minor leagues. This is the Pacific Coast League. Offense aficionados. The highest average was 286 on
there was
the
a
first
lot.
place 66ers.
And there was at least 2 or 3 that were hitting like $120.
Well, on the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Visalia team, I did get some chuckles when this one guy came up to bat and was said, "We are right behind home plate, man." He could hear us. When he was walking up, I looked up and I said, "You're hitting 118?" That was, God, I couldn't believe it. In the minor leagues, there's like 6 or 7 players that were playing on Friday night that had averages under 200.
Yep.
It was disgusting.
At least.
The minor league players are swinging for the fences. It's like they're not even trying to play the game for what it is. The minor leagues are just a spitting image of the major leagues. And what annoyed me even more was I was losing my mind because their best pitcher threw 5 shutout innings, and that was it. Then he was done. They took him out. It's a 9-inning ball game, folks. He's a 5-inning pitcher in the minor league.
5 shutout innings, and you're winning 10-0 at the time, and they still took him out.
I was telling Big Dog, it's not every day you got a 16-run lead or 15-run lead at the time. And I said, hey, man, you want to pitch with that many. And what really sucked is we could see what the they had a lot of at-bats. They did. They did have a lot of at-bats. That is horrendous. But the catcher, we could tell, and Big Dog did notice it, because like the 6th or 7th inning, they're already losing 10-0, 12-0. And you could see the catcher was struggling, man. And I was telling Big Dog, yeah, dude, you don't want to play in these games. Someone's got to play. And when you're losing 12-0 and it's already like the 4th inning, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, the top of the 9th, which was the other team's, of course, last at bats. Scorekeeper didn't notice. Scorekeeper was on the phone, and I said, "Did you notice the catcher?" He's like, "No, what?" The catcher walked up. He looked out into the field, sees that they're down 16-1. He kind of shrugged his shoulders and begrudgingly put the mask on. And I'm like, he just wants to get the fuck out. He just wants to go home.
And when I tell him, like, yep. Usually in a game like this on the major league level, or I know it would happen in high school ball, players look for any reason to get ejected. Because they don't want to play. They don't want to play when you're getting shellacked that way. And Big Dog and I were talking about the mercy rule. And, the mercy rule colloquially is 10-0. And Big Dog was like, dude, if they don't finish before, a certain hour, are they going to suspend this game? No, those rules don't exist. There are no mercy rules in baseball. They do not
And
exist. Even though I
Scorekeeper,
did get mercied once.
we saw at least 10 pitchers
Oh,
on
on
both
both
sides
sides, yeah.
altogether,
Yeah.
and only probably 2 of them threw over 90, maybe.
Right. Well, no, I think some of the relievers later in the game were throwing over 90, so maybe 4 to 5.
Oh, I don't think it was that many.
So,
Although they were coming in and out, so maybe you're right. They were
I,
replacing those guys like crazy.
I was stunned as to how many pitchers did not throw 90.
No kidding. Most of them were in the high 70s to low 80s.
And there's a guy that threw I think it was a 35-mile-an-hour pitch, which we know it was misread by the gun, or 55, because Big Dog, he carries a conversation very well.
You could hear the, hit the glove, and then we looked up and it said 55. I'm like, that did not sound like 55.
Yeah, nah. So obviously it misread it. But when it was funny because when Big Dog said, "Dude, they're throwing 70, Scorekeeper, you could get back in there and play it," I was like, no. I could. But when the 55 gun showed up, I was like, oh, I think I can pitch now.
And what did I say? And what did I say? Couldn't do any worse than these guys are doing. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Folks, I know they're minor leaguers, and that's the thing. They have to learn to play the game, but they're not being taught because there were some mistakes that they were doing, and I was losing my shit, Big Dog?
Oh, that one
I
where
was blaming the training staff.
The one where the pitcher didn't look the guy on second back. Remember, he caught the one that went right back to him, and he just threw straight to first. Didn't even turn around to look at the guy at second.
Yeah.
I would have been losing as a manager. I would have been losing my shit on that one.
There was another play where the first baseman did something similar. He got the out and started to okay, and they're like, "Dude, pay attention!" And he goes, "Oh, what?" And I was like, "Dude, you got to pay attention. When you're getting shellacked, you get lulled, and that's bad training, and it's bad management." Yeah. And this is a first place team. Granted, they are a good team, but Big Dog's like, huh? What? I've actually seen them 3 times already. It's a good team. But Big Dog did ask me, do you see anyone moving up to the major leagues? I don't see any of these dumb bastards moving up to Double-A yet.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm gonna switch. I've been in the car all this time, so I'm gonna switch to go back inside. So I'll be on in a few minutes. I'll be right back.
See you shortly, Big Dog. Thank you. Dreem, I got to tell you, it was a fun game. It was a nice atmosphere.
I can unmute myself?
I didn't mute you.
No, you said mute yourself, asshole. So I muted myself.
Okay, first of all, Dreem, I would never, ever, ever say that to you. Thank God you're not here right now, buddy. Oh my God! You know my buddy Peter, right? Peter Villacorta, not this Peter, right? My buddy from the seminary. When we went to the Dodger game, when the Dodgers came back to win that one 4-3, when they were losing 3-0, they were doing the kiss cam, and it was some really funny stuff, but it looked real. It was just really funny what was going on in the game. But they did the kiss cam 3 times. Well, on the 3rd time, the kiss cam started up, and I looked at the camera and looked right over at Peter, and I was like, no. He gave me a dirty look, dude. It was funny because it just came out of nowhere. I was like, no.
Wow.
Oh my God. I don't know. It was funny. The Dodger game was really good. The one that we went to a few weeks ago where they were losing 3-0. And I just had this feeling that they were going to come back and win. And they did. They won 43 in 10 innings. It was fun. It was exciting. It was a really good game. I forget who they were playing, but I think they were playing the Cubs. And
man, I got mad on that Yankee game. When I don't know if you remember, but I posted about my bet that I put on the Yankees, or I shared it with you, and I think Big Dog. We were talking about how or it was like the Yankees had to score 4 more runs. Aaron Judge had to get a hit, and something else, and then the Yankees had to win, right? And then everything hit, and I was like all excited, and freaking, I think it was the Red Sox where they came back in the ninth and they tied it up, and then they won in overtime in the extra innings, and I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
pardon
I
my
got
language, but what the hell? Like, I am,
blew it all.
yeah, I was so mad. I was so mad. I was like, how does this always happen? Like, the second I put a bet down on a game, like, it's just over. It's annoying. Like, even on the Yankees. Like, what the hell? Like, I'm not betting in the World Series. I'm not gonna do it. It's
That's funny. Wow. Okay.
like, I would
I like
rather the Yankees win than than we make a couple bucks off of it.
that. Yeah, no kidding. Folks, as I mentioned, the Major League Baseball deadline is coming up. The big talk is Juan Soto. He turned down a 15-year, $440 million contract extension. I think it was ridiculous for them to offer him that sort of an extension early on. Look, I know he's a good player, but come on. He's not even he's having an off year right now. I'm against these long-term deals. I've always have been, but whatever. Prior to the Yankees getting the guy from the Royals, the Yankees were in on it. They did have the I'm really annoyed. I have a web page open and then the commercial starts, so I apologize. They have the necessary talent to acquire Juan Soto, but when they got the guy from the Royals, that ended that. So, in my mind right now, after Seattle picked up the pitcher Luis Castillo, Seattle believes they're still in it, which is a good thing for baseball. The only two teams that have the talent, in my humble opinion, are the Dodgers. This is to get Juan Soto, and the Padres. But the Padres are looking for help on everything. They have significant holes in the outfield, and they need starting pitching. I think they're already 12 games back, and I just don't know if they're going to have the ability to catch the Dodgers. I don't think they have the ability to catch the Dodgers, but it's July 31st.
Yeah,
So there's still a
long
lot
way
of
to
time.
play.
Yeah,
A
there's
lot
still.
of games to play. You're not
But
even looking at end, like towards middle to end of season. That's when the injuries start popping up. I wish nobody to get injured. However, it is a thing. It happens, and the Dodgers are in a great position. I would hope that they continue because I would love to see the Dodgers take it for not all the way, but at least go pretty deep. Of course, Yankees fans always want to see the Yankees in the World Series, and we always want to see the win. That's the expectation. It's about that time for it to happen again.
yeah,
Thoughts, scorekeeper? Who do you see in the World Series?
Dodgers Yankees. Anyway, I want to give a shout out
Yeah.
to Nick Valente. Of course, he gave us the like. Thank you, Nick. And Michael
Hey,
Day also
Nick.
gave us the like on the page right now. And Nick was just a few seconds ago, so I believe he may be watching right now. Thank you, Nick. If
Nick,
you
I
want to
hope you're all
catch,
safe out there, man.
yes. As a matter of fact, I clicked the wrong one. For those of you, I hate that audible pause. I hate it. Yeah, and I'm doing my best to get away from that. Nick Valente is going to be a speaker at the first ever Cryptid Con, which is going to be in Paris, Tennessee. But hey, whatever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. That was very derisive, wasn't it? Excuse me.
Man, that
Really good stuff.
sounds like fun though.
Yes, I did. I was talking to Nick that I was looking to go out there. I had secured Allegiant Air. It was like $200 round trip. It wasn't even that. I think it was like 160 round trip. And I was going to go. And then I told Nick, you know what? On second thought, I forgot I'm not going to go. He's like, why? I said, it's going to create some bad blood right now. And I was like, yeah, I don't want the story to be about me, and I don't want there to be a situation. So I'm not going to be the situation from, what is it, the New Jersey or New York? Not the Housewives, but, that show of
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, Jersey Shore. I'm not going to be the situation. And it would just create, it would be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And
Let them have
I don't
their
want to
fun.
be the one. I'm sorry?
Just let them have their fun.
Yes.
Catch the next one.
I wanted to go, and I was going to go there because there were several, but yeah, yeah. So I kind of wanted to go, but
there's always next year, man. Next year.
No, it's okay. I'm getting ready to retire, dude. I'm already planning my other trips. As a matter of fact, Dreem, I'm going to be really stupid this year or next year, right after tax season. As you know, I take a trip right after.
Uh-huh.
And this upcoming year, I'm going to Hawaii.
Ooh.
Guys, in the fares right now, round trip for me, Alaska this year was $299 round trip in April. It is $309 right now, Alaska round trip in April. Well, Hawaii is $409 round trip right now in April. So I was like, I'm a greedy SOB. What I'm thinking of doing is going for like 5 or 6 days to Oahu and then being an idiot and crossing the North Pacific and going up to Anchorage.
Wow.
And another 7 days. Folks, I loved it. It changed my life. I know it. I've joked about it, but for those of you that know, I've been told that they've noticed the change. And number one, they see a level of confidence in me that I guess no one ever saw before. And people have mentioned that to me, that they see that my confidence level is, for lack of a better word, out the door. I'm like, yeah, because it was damn cold up in Alaska. You learn to realize what you got. And I look down, I'm like, I'm all right with it.
All right.
In many stupid ways.
Scorekeeper. I've got some trivia questions for you. You're a smart guy.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm sports talk with the guys on Sunday.
What is the northernmost state in the United States?
In the continental or in the total United States? The northernmost?
The northernmost state in the United States.
Like the one from the south that gets the highest up, or what? I mean, there's a way you can phrase this, and
No,
I've been burned on
just the northernmost state.
There's a trick question in this somewhere.
Because no trick question.
It's Alaska.
Okay, good. You're right. What is the easternmost United States? State?
Maine.
Nope.
Florida?
No. Alaska.
Wait a minute. Wait. Does it cross the international date line?
Yep. What is the westernmost?
It's Alaska.
State. Yeah.
Yeah, that one I knew. I didn't. Wait a minute. Easternmost? Well, I guess if you go by the prime meridian and then 180, you are right, dude. Oh, I had not heard that question. You are right, geographically speaking. Yep. You little rat bastard.
I knew I'd get you on that.
But these are, yes, folks, you're watching two intellectual Woodyists in action right now. This is the stuff that Dreem and I do. Dreem and I are two of the three characters of Mystery Science Theater. Watching the movies. But what Dreem and I do is we do a lot of this. We are two condescending bastards.
Oh, man.
I mean, we believe we know more, and you guys get a taste of look at what we're doing right now. So, to the detriment of the audience, and I'm sorry. It's too early for this. Yes, I know, Tony, I'm sorry. Oh, dude, you should have been there when we were doing the radio program, and I was talking about the issues of baseball 10 years ago, and I said, oh, dude, baseball needs a paradigm shift. Oh, my God, everyone flipped out. It's like, what the hell? Scorekeeper in sports, not English. So by that comment, thank you, Tony.
Well, hey, I
Yes.
prefer English to math all
As
day,
do
every
I.
day.
Yes.
Every day. It's like, dear algebra, stop asking us to find your x. You don't know. You don't know. We don't know.
If you don't know, we don't know. I like that. Yeah, look.
You know she left you, and don't ask me why.
Look. It's very clear. If a train started out at 9 a.m. and is doing 70 miles an hour, and the other train left at 10 and is doing 80 miles an hour, when will they meet? My question is, who gives a fuck?
It's 11 a.m. because aliens exist and the color purple.
Oh, Tony, very good. I don't know if you know this, Tony. I don't know if you were here for the episode, but after Alaska, I talked about it. Look, I'm a little jaundiced about certain things. This, when a lot of people find out, it actually disappoints them when it comes to the cryptid universe and stuff. But I've always been into the, and this has nothing to do with the fact that I'm Latin. Oh, I remembered the joke. Damn Mike, a bastard. He slapped me hard yesterday. I remember the joke now. And it has to do with the North. The aliens thing. I've been following alien intervention, but I went to parts of Alaska, like 200, 250 miles east of Anchorage. So I was in these like little towns and stuff. And I met people and I saw people and I'm like, oh shit, you want proof of aliens fucking with us. I know that's mean. I know it's very mean. But I saw some facial structures and stuff. I'm like, yeah, the aliens are mating with us. Oh, God, yes. I know it's me, but if you want proof of aliens, what was that TV show with Scully and Mulder? Where they were
the X-Files.
The X-Files. Yeah, Alaska, baby. Alaska, you have DNA proof. So here's the big dog. He's joining us. Good morning again, big dog. As I said, if you want DNA proof that aliens are screwing with us, just go to Alaska. Yes. It's like, oh my God. There is no doubt about it. All right, Dreem, thanks. I just got the message right now. So join us as soon as you can. So it was very mean. So yesterday, I had commented when we were in Lake Tahoe that I said, I believe this is the farthest north that I've been in California. And my buddy Mike, the little insensitive pig that he is, says, that doesn't say much for you of Latin heritage. Motherfucker. See, I do the big dog. I was like, hey, go to hell, you dumb bastard. And, I thought that was funny. But it was cool. Lake Tahoe it's a big lake. And I know I have flown over it. And now I drove around it. Well, I didn't drive. I was a passenger. So Lake Tahoe's nice. But
you guys do any gambling?
Yes. Both Mike and George did. And they won. And it was so funny because Mike put in a $50 bill accidentally. He thought it was a 20. I'm like, well, just cash out, stupid. But he's I'm going to play it. And Mike is a believer of like, well, look, you go max on everything. I'm like, dude, this is $1. This is $1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 3-bet. I mean, that shit's going to go fast. And sure enough, ding, ding, ding. I mean, he just kept pressing that button. And I did the math. He was down to $26 in like a minute and a half. He just kept going. And when he was about at 9 credits or 8 credits, something like that, I said, dude, you're probably going to win $1, so this game can keep you in, but it's going to have kept the 49. Well, he got down to where he had 2 credits left because it's $50 and it's 3 at a time. Do the math. So he spun the wheel, and I'm like, damn, if only the bastard scored. It was 3 sevens or whatever, but he got paid out $120, and it should have been $180 had he had that third dollar in. So he won that one. And then he started getting down. I told him, dude, get out. You won right there. Get out. And he played some more, and he won another $15. But he eventually walked out with $120. And then he won on a few other machines. He won. Mike did, surprisingly. George, he was playing one of those digital machines
Mm-hmm.
where they have like where just like 10 or 20 boxes. It's like 10 and 5 across. And he did score one. He scored like a $295 win off like $1 or $2. And he scored a few others. So they scored so much that they paid for the gas, paid for the food. It was really nice. We actually came out ahead.
Scorekeeper did not partake in the gambling?
No.
Poor K.
Because they were winning. I didn't want to
Okay.
be the odd man out. I have that skill, big dog. You know I do.
So you're the cooler?
Say what?
Is that what you're saying? You're the cooler? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, dude, if there's a hot streak, you know, I'm the one the casino hopes for. I'm that guy. So, if you get the die or whatever, and I throw it, everyone's going to lose money. I tell everyone, take your bets off. Take them off. Take them off.
That's the one thing I never played was craps.
My
I
brother
never-
Lewis was really good at it.
Yeah, and I never
My
really
brother would
learned
treat
the nuances of it, so I did.
My brother was really good at craps. And
Craps is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Craps is so much fun though.
And
You just have to be aware of what you have on the table at all times, because you get excited, you keep throwing bets down, and you could end like it might be like a $20 minimum bet or a $15 minimum bet, and you're thinking, okay, whatever, it's $15, throw it out there, but that money stays on the table until they crap out, which is like by rolling a 7, right? So
Okay.
you could end up very easily with like $200 on the table that's still rolling,
Not
and
realize
you're like collecting money because you're hitting numbers and stuff like that when they're rolling. But if you don't cash out and be like, all right, I'm good, bring it all back, then if they roll a 7, you're out all of that money that's still on the table. So you just have to be very aware of what's out there and what you're willing to gamble on.
my brother is very sharp when it comes to it. But his thing is he likes to have a good time, so he'll drink. So he doesn't have anyone to pull him out when he wins. I'm like, a typical guy never knows when. But anyway, be that as it may.
If you're a newbie on it, they also have like one bet, like one roll bets. So like you can bet on like that they're gonna roll a 2, a 3, and those pay like 7-1 or 8-1 or something. Oh no, 15-1. Those pay 15-1, and then you could bet on 3 and 11 pay 15-1, 2 and 12 pay 30-1. But that's only good for one roll, So if you bet on that and they roll the dice and it hits, you could be looking at a lot of money. So
why am I not surprised that Stud Muffin knows this?
Now, can you bet? Can you put a bet like on a hard 8 or a hard 6?
So you can bet on hard
4, hard 6, hard 8.
Yeah. 4 to 10. 4 to 10.
Okay.
And what does that mean? Hard 6 or hard 8?
So say it's a hard 4 or a hard 8. They have to roll 2 4s.
Okay.
Right. So if it's an easy way, then it's a 5 and a 3. Those will stay on the table.
2,
Those bets will stay on the table. But say you bet a hard 8, right? Yep. And then they roll a easy 8, which is a 5 and a 3. Then you lose that bet.
Yeah.
So, but otherwise it'll stay on the table, like if they roll anything else.
Now,
those pay 8-1.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. The hard 8 pays more than a regular 8, correct?
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, the hard 8 pays 8-1. If you just have your bet on the number, I think it's just a 1-1. After it slides up, so initially it pays like 1-1 when it hits, and then it slides up into the next slot where it pays, I think, 2-3 or 4-5 or something like that. It's like some random numbers. I'm not too specific on, but it changes depending on what the number is. The odds change on what you get paid out. But those bets will stay on the table as well until they roll a 7 or until you pull out.
I love watching craps, but I am clearly overwhelmed on craps. I was listening to you, Dream, and I appreciate learning some of that because some of that I kind of knew and some of it I didn't. I love watching craps. And the roulette is...
That's my weakness.
Okay,
Yeah,
now it was
I like
interesting
roulette
because
too.
I stood there with Mike while George was taking care of some business. I think he was cashing a ticket or something. I sauntered over to the roulette table, and I know a little bit about the roulette table, but I keep it simple. And I was like, red. And the red hit. Okay. And Mike heard. And I was like, red again. And the red hit. And then I said, okay, let's see, what are we looking at? And I saw the numbers and stuff. I said, okay, red. And it hit again. And Mike's like, what the fuck are you doing? Because I'm not betting, damn it.
Yep.
I always win until there's money on the table.
The funny thing is, like, everybody looks at the board and is very like, okay, well, it's trending in this direction, it's going in that direction.
Yes.
But the reality is, it's like you can use that for so much, but
but no.
every spin is different. You know what I mean? Like, you can flip a coin, 100 times, and that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get 50 heads and 50 tails. You know what I mean? Like, it's the odds of it hitting once.
We're now talking standard deviation of statistics.
Yes, very good.
Sorry.
But don't make it too math related. Come on, man. I'm not a math fan.
I just said statistics, standard deviation.
Yeah. So it's like with roulette, you have on a standard roulette table where you have the 0, 0, 0. If you have a 36-1 chance of it hitting a number, or 35-1. Sorry. So whatever it hits, you're getting paid 35 times what you bet. So you also can bet on corners. You can bet on the sides of it, of the number, and those pay different. If you bet, you can bet on, like, on the streets, which is just the 3 numbers, like 1, 2, 3. You can bet red, black. Those pay 1-to-1. You can bet on the divided by like the first 12, second 12, or third 12. Those pay 2-to-1. It just kind of depends on how much you're willing to risk and how far. It's my weakness, man. I love roulette. I did pretty well last time I went, so I'm pretty happy.
Good.
It's all good.
Back to craps. So from what Sub Muffin was talking about, the casinos must love it when Mexicans and Irish people come up to play craps. Because those two never pull out.
Oh God, that's horrible.
But true. No comments, Scorekeeper?
Oftentimes, in the broadcast media world, it is better to just let it sit there.
Well, it depends on where
Vince Scully had probably one of the greatest baseball calls of all time. And if you listen to Vince Scully from the 7th inning on of the 1988 World Series, Game 1, when Kirk Gibson hit the game-tying blast, there's 331 million people in the United States, give or take. 331 million people would have talked through the World Series hit. Vince Scully did not. If you go back and listen, when Kirk Gibson hits the home run, he says, "She is gone." He is silent because you hear the crowd. You are hearing the moment. He's not talking over it. He's not taking away from it. He's a genius. So I'm not saying I'm a genius right here, but Big Dog, there are things that you, Dream, Almighty, Speedy, there are things that you guys say, and it's just let the moment last for each other.
I still look back at those Facebook videos when they pop up with
Yeah.
Kirk Gibson in the home run. Man, 2 bad legs. They still managed to pull that off.
See, but when you go back and listen, Vin Scully set that up, man, because he was directing the camera in the 7th inning. He'd say, "Go to the Dodger dugout," and Kirk Gibson was nowhere. In the 8th inning, he'd say, "Go to the dugout," and Kirk Gibson was nowhere. And then when he starts to, loosen up, the camera was on him. I mean, Vin Scully was a master at it. Even though Big Dog says, "I don't know, Scorekeeper, you thought that he was a waste of time at the very end, and every time you heard his voice, you were on edge." I said, well, because eventually it comes to a time that
Yep.
you gotta go.
He knew what he was doing, man.
Oh my God, yes.
It's Vin Scully and Bob Uecker that really know what they're talking about, man.
Big Dog called Bob Uecker at the Friday night game, I think 2 or 3 times.
Oh,
He did a Bob Uecker right there. It's funny.
Damn.
Yeah. Classic. Folks, the game was over.
Is this thing over yet? Can we go home?
I commented to the Big Dog. I said, "Man, look at the there are times that you come in and you got to go to work and you're like, oh man, I just got to get this shit over with. I want to get through it. The next 3 hours are going to be painful, whatever." And what is the umpire going through when he sees a 7 and the first inning is not over yet? Like, oh God damn son of a like. It was that night that the ump had to get home for whatever reason. And
that's when the ump says, "Oh, I got turf toe."
Big Dog was a bit surprised there were only 2 umpires.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I was surprised. I didn't know there was only 2 umpires in
all of the minor leagues.
Well, not much to see there.
Well, what's funny is the ump behind the plate. There were some very questionable calls, and everybody around me laughed. I go, "Is this guy like the cousin to Angel Fernandez?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys are the reason why they want the automatic pitch callers.
Oh, it's gonna be worse for them. But whatever. And
Dreem, they've missed so many
not going to be gone. He's not going to be gone. He's still going to be there.
I know.
Yeah, if the pitch does not register, the umpire has to still make the call. So Angel Hernandez will not be gone.
No, but he will go down in history.
Infamy.
Yeah.
Can you think, Scorekeeper? Can you think of a worse umpire?
Minor league baseball umpires.
Yeah, actually, I can.
Who?
Scorekeeper umpiring against Santa Fe. Oh, that was our nemesis when I was playing the semi-pro ball here in LA. Oh, I hated that team. Just kidding. I could beat. No, I can't. I hated those bastards. I rarely ever use the word hate, but yeah, I was against them.
But I mean, all kidding aside, though, I mean, can you think of a worse umpire that you? You've been watching for 40 years.
Calls,
yeah,
but on a regular basis.
Because this guy's consistently bad, and I can't see how his percentile is like 88 or 89%.
Okay, on the number of calls, seriously. On a regular basis and big blown calls. There have been some shitty umps. Okay. Yeah. Come on, Big Dog. We've seen it. But on such a regular basis, I'd be hard pressed to find another umpire. He's always in the news. But then again, it's an echo chamber where everyone is concentrating on this guy. And look, when was the last time he made a bad call? In about 2 weeks. So.
Oh, I was going to say day before yesterday. Okay.
Well, I may have missed it because I've been out.
Who is
Big Dog there? I was trying to be polite. He's bad.
In your opinion, who has been the best umpire that you can think of? that when you saw him, you were like, okay, we're gonna,
Big Dog. I've umpired a few games, but not on the level of these guys. So I know that umpiring is difficult, and I've had some boners too. I've made some bad calls. So
No, I know that. I mean, no one's perfect, but I mean, who, in your opinion, over all these years you've been watching, has been
Steve
consistently
Palermo, who
very
actually
good?
died young. Steve Palermo was an ump who was a good human being. He was a good ump. And I
How
think he
about what was it? Henry Wendellstedt?
Wendelstedt, yes, was Wendelstedt was a good ump. I think Wendelstedt retired not so long ago. The one that I remember, I think, is Hirschbeck.
Oh yeah, him I like.
I mean,
We
you
need
could
more of
be
those guys.
walking
We
into
need
the
more of those guys.
stadium. You'd be walking to the stadium and you could hear the ball and strike call. I think it was Hirschbeck. Or Wendelstedt was a good ump. Do you know who, believe it or not, who got one of the worst calls? And Tony, I don't know if you remember this one, but the 1986, was it 86 or 84? Royals Cardinals, I think it was 85. Oh my God, I danced around it. 85. Don Dankinger, game 6. George Orta hit a ground ball to second base. Tommy Hurt fielded it, threw it to first. First baseman caught it. Orta runs by. And I know why. Look at the play again. When Hurt throws it, the first baseman catches it in the webbing. So you didn't hear, as Big Dog did earlier, you didn't hear the letter schmack, as you hear me say. See, when I say letter schmack, that's my baseball coach. When you're warming up, he's saying, want to hear that letter schmack? Now, you make the throw and you make sure it hits right here above the heel, right there. You hear the letter schmack. And I've explained the whole issue with Dankinger. The umpires, Dankinger was set up perfectly, and he's looking at first base. And what he's doing, he sees the first baseman come in. He sees the throw come in. Well, no, he's not watching the throw. He's hearing, because these are what they call bang, bang plays. They happen so fast. He was in position, lined up. He's watching Orta. And if you look at the video again, that fraction of a moment when Orta, he called it safe instantly. He didn't hear the leather smack. And that's the way umpires call it. Now, other umpires should be watching. They should be able to overrule. But it was one of the worst calls ever. I don't know why they didn't overrule it. But Dankinger was a respected umpire before and after.
Did the manager come out and
oh God, yes, lost his mind. Dude, it was a bad dude. 70 million people saw that on TV. And everyone, it's like, dude, come on. Are we watching Angels in the Outfield here? Sorry, Speedy, but I had to get you in on that one. Dude, it's like, did the Angels cover up the umpire's eyes so he couldn't make the call? It was one of the worst calls ever. Now, the other one was the Galarraga pitching the perfect game.
Oh, that one, yeah. That was yeah. I remember that one.
Refresh my memory on that one.
I will find the video. Big Dog, politely, based on your memory. I'm going to find it right now. Galarraga.
The umpire blew the call.
Perfect game. You look up Galarraga and see how it fills in the words. Perfect game. Jeez. It was a perfect game until the last play. Unreal.
Now your big complaint is that they didn't
oh, we talked about this because everyone was.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Finish your thought, Big Dog.
Because I can't think of the word. It slipped my mind. I know you'll have it. So.
Tony, yeah, I didn't mean that, Tony. But you know, Tony's a Tiger fan as well. But look, it's a judgment call. There was no replay at the time, so you couldn't do it. And I'm like, come on, am I the only mother effing idiot that knows this? Oh, as a matter of fact, yeah, I am the only mother effing idiot that knows this. Billy Martin knew it. The Tiger Mat, Sparky Anderson knew it. The Angels, Knox knew it. All these old managers knew the rules, and I used to watch games religiously, so I understood. So the whole thing was that Major League Baseball is, well, you can't overrule a judgment call. I said, oh my God, what the hell are you doing? You can appeal. And it was like, no, you can't appeal a judgment call. Like, oh my God, you mother effing idiots. Shut up! Because this is what you have to do. I mean, it angers me. And
What happened?
This is okay. Watch. Are you watching the screen, Dreem?
Yes.
Now, are you watching it now?
Yes. Make it bigger.
Okay.
There you go.
That's what she said.
And I did. Okay. Sorry, Tony. I don't mean to put you through this again. Detroit 3-0. Cleveland 0. 9th inning, 2 outs. Check it out, buddy. Check it out. Okay. Ground ball to second. Cabrera to Galarraga. See!
What?
Look.
He knew he was out.
Dude, yes, the runner knew he was out. Look at everyone. Dude, it's like Leland. I mean, look, everyone. Leland's like, okay, I got to admit Leland's composure. He's like, dude, this is the argument of your life. He's like, dude, Jim Joyce was a good ump. He's like, oh, my God. Look at it again.
Ball, tag.
He's close. He's out.
Oh, man.
No, he did not miss the base. Look at it.
His
Not
foot's
even
there.
close. And the announcers are like, why is he safe? And I think because I can't translate sound, or I can't get it to play. I think he says, oh no, Jim Joyce. I think that was the call. The very next day, Jim Joyce did admit he blew the call because he had a chance to see it on video. Folks, they're bang plays, but I just don't understand how you missed that one.
Okay, for the friendship of Tony, take the video off.
No, play it again. Play it again. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, remember that, Tony? Dude. So, okay. Thank you, Big Dog, and I've talked about this. Okay,
Sorry,
that's
Tony.
a judgment call. You cannot review it. At the time, you could not review the judgment call. You can do that now because of instant replay. So, but when you protest a game, okay, when you protest a game, you protest it for something that happens or that a call is made. And this is how you protest it. And when that was happening, I think Sports Talk, when was this? This is when Sports Talk with the guys was on, right, Big Dog?
Yeah.
You're killing me, Smalls. So
Yeah.
Dreem is Smalls right now. You're killing me, Smalls. I was losing my mind because I was telling everyone, dude, and you have 24 hours after the game to protest. This is what they do. You protest it under the interpretation of the rules. My protest is you're interpreting the rules incorrectly. So once you do that, Major League Baseball has to make a determination. Like, wait, what do you mean? You make your argument. He is interpreting the rules incorrectly. So you force baseball into making a decision. And
Yes.
baseball went very quiet. Everyone went quiet about that. And I was like, dude, what the? Look, guys, how many times is a game played under protest? Why is it played under protest? Because the manager is saying you are interpreting the rules incorrectly.
Yep.
It was there, and I was screaming as loud as I could, saying you have 24 hours to protest it. And this is the only knock against Leland that I had. Dude, you are an experienced manager. Protest the game. Detroit Tigers, protest the game. And no one protested it. And you protested under the interpret. In other words, you're saying the umpire misinterpreted the rules of the play. While the rest of the world is like, no, he's not. Well, you make baseball rule on it.
Because the rule that he misinterpreted was the runner has to tag the base.
Yes! However you make the
Before.
argument, you force baseball to make that, but baseball went silent because it would have opened up a can of worms at the time.
Yep. Yeah,
But
you say the rule in question that the umpire the umpire misjudged or miscalled was that the runner has to tag the base before the ball gets there, before the tag is made, and he misjudged that call, and that's he misinterpreted that rule.
yes, you misinterpreted, and that's how you file you can still file a protest today on how an ump makes a decision. You're misinterpreting the rules,
Yep.
and you get baseball to respond. And when I made that argument to Big Dog, and I'm spittle flying all over the place because I'm losing my mind, Big Dog was like, "So why aren't they fouling?" And I'm like, "I had hair when that happened."
Wow.
To me, it was this moment that I went bald. And folks, I know we were talking about umpires real quick, but Jim Joyce, talk about a good ump. Think about it. He umped for 20 years. What do you know of Jim Joyce? This one bad call. Don Dankinger. What did you get? One bad call. I'm going to look up Don Dankinger. And, okay, there it is. Baseball umpire. Look, there it is. When you look up Don Dankinger, you do a search. I'm doing Don Dankinger. Look at what shows up. Blown call, 1985. Let's do this one. Oh, there it is. Okay, check this out, guys. Let me set up this video. Okay, pause. That is Worrell. Hey, Big Dog. Look familiar?
Mm-hmm.
The pitcher, Worrell. He was with the Dodgers on an alleged perfect game. Okay, it's old. It's 1985. It is Game 5 or Game 6. I forget. Oh, Game 6. There it is. Check it out, guys. I think there's nobody out at first. No one on. Look at the play.
What?
I was wrong. It was not hit to her. Clark fielded it and tossed it. Herzog's like, dude. Look, here it is. Spring training all over again. It's a squibbler. I mean, it's a bang play. But look. Boom. There it is.
That's actually a closer play than the other one.
Folks, this is the killer one right there. Look. It's disgusting. Look at it. It's not even close.
And it's exactly what you called before, Scorekeeper. It hit the webbing of the glove.
You saw it, right?
Not the palm. So you wouldn't have heard the, like you say, the leather smack.
No, I wanted to see that other video, man. You got me into it. All right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. You're
Scorekeeper, you're on mute.
Sorry. Thank you. I was trying to kill the image because the sound was like, I was drowning in it. Don Dankinger was a good ump. He umped from 69 to 98.
Wow.
What's his name?
Don Dankinger.
Sounds like a porn star.
You would know.
Yeah.
Good ump, consistent ump, but he would be known on that one, and it was bad. It's bang. But thank you, Big Dog. And I knew what it was right away because when I saw the replay, I said, "Oh my God, it went into the webbing."
Yeah, it was in the webbing.
So and when you look at it, folks, it was even faster. So you understand, the ump can't see everything, so he's listening for the leather smack. See, now the failure on baseball was what were the other umpires doing? Get together, talk it out. Dude, this is major. This is World Series shit. Get it right. But they didn't. And it's disappointing, folks, that the other umps should have been there. But Dankinger was a senior ump at the time. Really good at what he does.
Maybe that's why they didn't come
Yes.
together, because he's a senior ump, and
Yeah.
you can't upstage the senior guy.
You see, and being an ump, I have played with umpires. I've worked with them, and we've talked about this. And I've had numerous conversations of the Dankinger call. And Emmett Coleman, good man. God bless his soul. He passed away. He's a good man. Emmett Coleman, he was an ump, and he said you had to sell it. Otherwise, if you don't make the call properly, they will be on you forever. You've got to be confident, and even if you're wrong, you have to be confident. But if you're alone, I mean, there's no one to talk to. But if it's in a tight game, you as an umpire have to use your judgment and say, "Hey, boys, help me out here. What'd you guys see?" And often more than not, the umpires all see it because they can see everything else. Because the umpires, they're trained. The skill of umpiring is incredible. Refs, same thing, guys. How many times have we been watching a football game and the ref is almost like right there looking and they miss the call? Why? Dreem, right? Because they're concentrating on the hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're concentrating on, right here, and they may not see this stuff or whatever. I'm exaggerating, but
yeah. You got one person looking at this, you got one person looking at that, and that's what they focus on. You got your line ref who's looking like who's going off sides, who's not. You got somebody looking at the hands of the center. You got somebody like counting the number of people on the field. There's so many different things that they have to look at all given time. So, I mean, I do give them some leeway, but at the end of the day, like, you got to make sure it's the right call.
I mean, what were the other umpires doing? If I know it's a bad call, I'm asking the other umps, what did you think?
Big Dog misspelled the umpire's name. He's looking for the other reference he found.
For Dankinger?
Yeah.
Or the porn?
That's what I'm saying. Like, he misspelled Denkinger and is looking up for the other reference.
Dirk Diggler?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah, not even close. So, it's tough.
Nah, I'm a fan of Riley Reid, so we'll leave it at that.
I don't know who that is, but all right.
Same.
That's good.
I actually don't know who that is, but okay. We'll give you that one.
You do or don't?
I don't.
Okay, I don't either. So we wage the intellectual battles. But folks, this is what we do here. We analyze it. Big Dog is one that could give us the ref point of view from basketball. Dude.
Earl Strom.
Oh, wow.
Best ref.
Yeah.
And he also passed. I think he had brain cancer, in fact. It was maybe not even 5 years after he retired. But Earl Strom in the 80s, man, there was no one better. You wanted him in the finals. You knew that if he was in the finals, you were going to get a good called game down the middle.
Sometimes you don't want that.
Yeah. Well, people like LeBron and James Harden and all the crybabies would have hated Earl Strom because once
even
you start
Jordan,
crying,
man.
Yeah,
Jordan?
Once you start crying, he swallows the whistle to teach you a lesson.
Oh man, no, Jordan's gone up to some refs and been like, "Hey man, that was a foul," and then the ref was like, "Yep, you know what? You're right. That was a foul."
Yeah,
stuff like that. Like, come on.
Actually, folks, I mentioned Hirschbeck. No, Hirschbeck is the one that got into it with Roberto Alomar. And, that one was ugly and horrible. I'm not even going to get into that one right now. But I'm trying to remember the umpire that had the pipes. And it's not Hirschbeck. I thought it was. What was the other name that you gave me, Big Dog?
Oh, I didn't. Wendelstedt.
Wendelstedt. I don't think it was Wendelstedt.
Now, you guys, Stud Muffin and Scorekeeper, and even Tony, you guys are going to be my alibis.
What?
When about 10 points before LeBron breaks Kareem's record, there's going to be a Honda Fit that's going to run over LeBron's legs. and I need you guys to, I was with you.
You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. It's gonna just take his Gatorade away. He'll have a cramp. He'll be
I had
fine.
to use that one.
Yeah.
There's someone to your left, Big Dog, to your left.
Yeah. Kathy just said I heard nothing with what you just said.
Okay. She's smarter, so I'm gonna have to grant that one.
Oh, that's right. She's certified. She can bail me out.
Yep, there you go. Neither confirm nor deny that
Right,
I.
you can neither
That's
confirm
right.
nor deny. Don't reveal such things. But it's really good. Look, how far away is he, Big Dog, to breaking that record?
Now you're gonna make me look it up. It's
I'm
like,
sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
It's like 1,300. It's like 1,300 points. He should do it by middle of the season.
Oh, wow. Do you know who is another umpire, Dave Pallone? He was a good
Oh,
umpire. Yeah, there's some more. And I'm gonna find that one umpire, the one that had the pipes. He was really, really funny, man. And I think Ron Luciano. There was another
Alvarado?
one. Nice try.
I know.
Yeah, there were some good ones.
He is one. He is one.
Windows net. Oh, Ed Hickox was another good umpire.
I'm sure it was.
Joe West broke the record, I think, for umpires.
LeBron is 1,326 points away from breaking the record.
Oh, you were close.
Yeah, 1,326. Let's see, he averages 27 of a game. Yeah, he'll break it around game 50.
Oof.
Yeah, so around game 47,
So unless he gets flus or cramps or something else to take him out of the running,
and then decides to build a new school or whatever.
Yeah. See, he.
Wow.
I think he just wants to stick around long enough to play with his kid. That's all.
Yeah, he has said that. But the thing is, he's hoping the rules are going to change. That's the only way he's going to be able to play with them. Because of the rules, they're talking about changing the rules to let the 18, that 1 year gap. They want to take that back out again.
If they do take it out, even if they don't take it out, he'll probably just sign with the team for like a game or 2 games just to play with his kid. That's gonna happen. Something like that stupid's gonna happen. Like they'll bring him on.
I mean, okay. I'll ask this to both Scorekeeper and to Tony and to you, Thomas. Stud Muffin, excuse me. If you're a sorry team, so you have a high draft pick, do you waste that draft pick on Bronny Jr. just to get LeBron for 1 year or less on your team? Now, Bronny Jr. is not even starting on his high school team. He is a bench player.
No.
And they're talking about the only reason why he would get drafted would be because of LeBron.
Yeah.
He does not have the skills to be in the pros.
No, what you do is you trade that draft pick to get multiple draft picks and rebuild from the ground. Or for, people that are going to stick around for a while. Because you have to kind of go the way of Golden State at this point. When you're just like crap in the mud, you just got to rebuild like entirely and build from scratch and train and develop your team. Exactly, Tony. No way. You don't do that. You let somebody, like the Sixers, not the Sixers, the Nets pull some stupid crap like that.
Yeah.
They'll do that because they're already in the limelight. They're already like on the edge. They want to have all the top names because they're in New York or whatever. You know what I mean? Like they're big names.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I totally agree. That a couple of the groups I'm in, the Laker groups, are like, oh, Bronny this, Bronny that, and I'm like,
no,
the kid's not good. He's. I think the highest he's been rated is 55 or 65 on the ESPN Top 100 or whatever the hell it is, and then on the other one, the Sporting News, he's listed like 75 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, the kid may have a college possibility, but the thing is,
And you know what? He could get a lot better. You never
yeah, he
know.
could.
Like
But the thing is, he's not going to college. That's why LeBron hopes to play with them, because he wants that rule to be taken out, so he'll go from high school right into the pros. Because if he has to wait that extra year, that means LeBron has to wait 2 more years or
Yeah.
3 more years, whatever the hell it's going to be. So
He's
yeah,
tired.
I would. Yeah, I wouldn't waste a high draft pick on this kid, knowing, oh, I'm going to get an essentially 42-year-old LeBron James.
Yeah.
For who knows how many games.
The Lakers did that enough. They should have learned by now. They did that with
No
Gary
shit.
Payton. They did that with Steve Nash. They did that with Karl Malone. They did that. Like they made too many calls like that, and none of them panned out. Like they needed. I hope they learned their lesson on that, and they just move ways and part ways. Like
No, well, look, they got Russell Westbrook. They didn't learn.
I know. Bruh.
Bro, I know. You took the words out of my mouth, man.
Like it's seriously.
That is probably the worst trade I can think of. I mean, Kwame Brown's up there, but Jesus.
I still know people that are like, man, Russell Westbrook's going to be a beast next year. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I get that a lot too. And
Just let it go. Let it go. Let the man just play his games out. Let him do his thing on another team. Like, it's okay. Like, he doesn't have to be the top dog in the NBA. It's not a like.
And that's his problem, is he can't get it. His ego will not let him accept the fact that he is no longer the alpha dog.
Yeah, he's not where he was
the beta
10,
dog
15 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not even the beta dog.
He's a starting point guard on a lesser team. That's what he is. Or he's a backup point guard on an A-list team.
And he refuses to go to. Well, I mean, that's on the coach. If so I'm not gonna come off the bench. If I was the coach, you're gonna do whatever the hell I tell you're gonna do.
Yeah.
I don't care if you make me $47 million. I'll sit your ass on the bench.
Yeah, till you learn.
Yep.
Like, remember the Titan shit, man. Like, you're not going to play for this team, son. You're going to sit on the bench.
Yep. I mean, they should have saw it coming. I mean, Phil Handy is one of the Lakers' assistant coaches, one of the better assistant coaches actually in the league, as far as helping cultivate the players and helping them train to get better. And it is a fact. And coming from Phil Handy and coming from Russell Westbrook's ex-agent, that Phil Handy went to Westbrook at least 3 to possibly 5 times during the season to say, hey, let's put in some extra time. Let's get you to the point where you can get integrated with the team so you guys can build some sort of chemistry. And Russ turned them down every single time.
Man. Side story real quick. I know it's already
Sports Talk with the guys. Go ahead.
11 o'clock. I was talking to like my kitchen staff. We were talking about basketball and fantasy teams and who would you want all time, and it's such and such. And I was like, starting point guard, pick 2 of each position, like a starter and a backup, right? And I'm like, well, starting point guard, I want Magic at number 1,
Yep.
And then I'll take Oscar Robertson for number 2. And he's like,
nice.
I've heard of Magic. He used to play point guard. Like, what the you've heard of him a little bit, maybe?
I would.
And I was like, what the? How old are you?
That dude is on mop duty for at least 2 weeks, man.
You're right. I was like, I don't want to see a dirty dish in this kitchen ever. Like, you just keep going.
And what's sad is so many kids, so many 22 and unders, only have, like you said, heard of Magic Johnson, heard of Larry Bird, and even to the point they've even started saying they've heard of Michael Jordan, and they only know of him because of his shoes.
Yes.
And that's sad. That is absolutely sad.
It really made me feel old, man. It's like I just
Okay.
turned 40, and I'm like, oh Jesus! Like these kids are like 19. Like how are you alive right now?
Okay, it's
talking
bad
to me?
parenting, folks.
Yes,
It really
I
is. It's
agree.
bad parenting. Look, my daughter and I have a wonderful light of Star Trek, Star Wars, and stuff. I took her back to show her some of the older stuff so she could see it. In baseball, I took her back to show her on video and some other players. I'm sorry. So she would understand.
Bless you.
Pete Rose, thank you. So she would understand who Don Mattingly is, my daughter has seen the Galarraga bad call. She has seen the Dankinger bad call because I want them to know that there is life before they open their eyes or before
Yeah.
they start to pay attention. It's just bad parenting.
Well,
Now,
just
parents
on it
don't get along either.
on that same discussion, guess who his all-time great starting point guards were? This kid,
Let me see. Wait.
John Stockton.
How old is he? 19.
19.
All right. So it's got to be Steph and Stephen Harden.
No, he actually got a little bit older. He said Derrick Rose.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I was like,
I would
bro.
say as a shooting guard, but okay.
Yeah,
And who was the other one? Steph.
Steph Curry.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, what the hell are you smoking? Oh man. But I mean, we've talked about this a couple times, but just to revisit, like who is your two of each position for basketball all time?
Okay. I'll let Scorekeeper think. So, point guard would be Magic and. Ooh, I like Oscar, but I would say Magic and. I'm going to go a little bit off the rails on this one.
AI.
Magic and Nash.
That was another
Okay,
one.
Tony.
When Nash was in his MVP seasons, where he was just
Yeah, assist king.
Centers, of course, Kareem, the greatest player of all time.
Yeah.
And oh man, who would be his backup? Are my players in their prime, or are they?
No, Magic's playing at 65 years old.
Fuck you.
Come on. Yes, they're playing in their prime.
Then I would go. Kareem and I'd go Wilt as his backup.
Go Wilt?
I'd go Wilt over Shaq.
I went Kareem and Shaq.
I was thinking Shaq. I was thinking 2001 Shaq.
Yeah.
But
you can't go wrong with Wilt either. There's no bad call.
Yeah, but the things that Wilt was doing, like in like 64 and 66, where he was averaging 50 points and 27 rebounds and all the other crap. I mean, that's hard to not.
Yeah.
This is the hard one though. Forwards.
Power forwards for me is easy.
Yeah, for me it is. So you have to have two forwards or two for each position?
No, two for each position. That's what I'm saying. You have a starter and a backup for each position.
Okay, so power forward, I'd probably go. Well, I'd probably go 1 and 2, Duncan and Malone. Much as I hate Malone.
I passed on Malone. I went Duncan and Nowitzki.
And who? Oh, Dirk.
Dirk.
Okay.
Dirk Diggler.
Small forwards. Man. Bird and Dr. J.
Ooh, that's a good combo.
Okay.
Yeah.
To answer Big Dog, Jerry West,
sir.
James Worthy.
Ooh. Okay.
And on the other side,
for what?
I would actually want them on forward. Now, the power forward, I would want Malone.
West is too small for a forward. West was always Jerry West was a guard.
Okay, well then I'll put him on the guard position. All right. Because you have the point guard, and then you have the
guard,
shooting guard, right?
Yeah, off guard or shooting guard. AI. I need a scorer. AI and what? I'm going off the rails on these ones.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you are.
AI because of scoring.
Allen Iverson.
You want you want your off guard to be your scorer. So
Oh,
AI
wait, hold on.
and
It's just practice.
and Pete Maravich.
Pistol Pete. Nice. That is an interesting lineup.
Yep.
That is a very offbeat lineup. I like it. I got
And
for small
I'll stack them.
forwards.
Okay.
See, all right. So small forwards, I was thinking Bird and Pippen,
Okay.
and then Jordan and Kobe. Obviously, for me, I had to. I went very mainstream on that.
Yeah, I should have, but I just
no. Your choices are great, man. Freaking. The other thing I was upset about was that I didn't get Rodman in there, but I wanted everybody to have the scoring potential. You know.
Yeah, then Rodman was lacking in the scoring side.
Yeah. Great freaking defense, but he didn't average more than 4 or 5 points a game.
Yeah, he one of the greatest rebounders. I mean, that guy had a smell for the ball. I mean, wherever that ball was going to go, he would get to it one way or the other.
As an off topic, how was Michael Cage as a rebounder?
As a rebounder, he was okay. But as a rebounder,
he rebounded a lot of books at the library. No.
Michael Cage, I mean, he was okay. I mean, I wouldn't.
Right there, yeah.
I mean, he's not a top 75 player at all.
No.
I was just curious. Okay, now how about AC Green as a rebounder?
Same thing.
Yeah.
They were
good.
They were good at what they did.
They weren't. Yeah, they were role players for their teams.
Yes.
And they did very well at that. But
yeah,
they were the lesser
all-stars
people.
or anything like that. Yeah.
They were the lesser people on great teams. You know.
Yeah.
And that's all it was. You can find better people in their positions to take those spots. Like people that I'm sad that I didn't get to use. You know, Rodman's one of them. AI, Dr. J. You know, like you can make James Worthy, Dikembe Mutombo. You know,
Bowl.
Just please.
Go sit in the corner of a round.
My two centers are Abdul-Jabbar and Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah,
okay.
That is the right answer. I mean, there's no wrong answers.
You saw me when I was thinking about centers. It was hard for me to pick.
John Stockton's another great point guard, man.
Yeah, Magic Johnson and Stockton.
No. John Stockton was one of the dirtiest players of all time.
Yes.
No.
Right up there with Chris Paul.
I know. No, he was worse than Chris Paul.
But John Stockton and Karl Malone, the best pick and roll duo ever.
Yes, I will agree to that.
You know what I mean? So agree. if you're running with Karl Malone, you got to have Stockton as your point. You know, like that's kind of just how it is.
No, I don't.
But Magic will get Malone the ball just as easily, and he's got it.
Oh yeah, he will.
You guys are a lot better in it than I am. So I've got my list. I'm working the names, and I've got to get them in their right positions. I know the names, but I don't know their positions. So I'm going to have that. Look, let's do August, our award season here on Sports Talk with the guys. And let's carry over. Oh, here we go. Worse than Bill Laimbeer. Tony. Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Folks, next week, we're going to stick with this. We're going to go with NBA teams. Come up with your NBA teams. So I'm going to leave homework. On August 6th, we're going to do NBA. On the 13th, we're going to do NFL, and we're going to do the primary positions.
So we're going to pick your offense, and then pick a team for your defense. Like what year, what team? Like the 85 Bears defense or the 77 Steelers defense or whatever.
Or the Purple People Eaters.
Oh, God.
Yes.
They had such imaginative names in the late 70s and early 80s. Now it's just we have a good D line, we have a good O line.
Dude, it's the nicknames.
Yeah.
It's lame. Look, Lambeers, appropriately so, his nickname was probably Lame. Or Lamey.
Yeah, but he was one tough son of a bitch, though.
Yeah.
I would love to have these millennials and KD and Harden and especially LeBron and throw them into the 80s and say, go play. Go pull that shit when you pull now. Go try and pull that on Lambeer and the Bad Boys and the New York Knicks. And even the Lakers and the Celtics.
Get Ron Artest in there with them. Rodman in there.
Knock them on their ass.
Even Barkley, man.
Oh man.
Oh, Barkley was tough.
Barkley was
around bound to rebound.
Wait, was this pre 300-pound Barkley?
Was there ever a pre 300-pound Barkley?
Yeah, in 8th grade.
Well, what I loved, I don't know if you guys remember.
Has not been confirmed. Dreem.
Well, I mean, Dreem is only 40. Me and Scorekeeper are in our 50s, but I don't know if you remember Dreem when he first came into the league. He listed himself at 6'9".
Oh yeah.
And then when they actually went, he refused to get weighed. First of all, I remember that.
Didn't they figure it out when they were on the court when someone who we know was 6'9", he stood next to him and he was like 3 or 4 inches shorter than the guy? And so like, hey.
Well, they actually did. He allowed them to measure his height, and even then they lied on it because he went from 6'9" to being 6'6" all his entire career until he finally admitted that he was only like 6'4.5" or 6'5".
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes it even more spectacular in what he was able to accomplish as a rebounder, being that short.
Yep.
And that heavy.
Yep, exactly. But honestly, like, he doesn't make my top teams ever. Like, I love Barkley.
No.
He was great. He's funny. As an announcer, he's funny.
I think he's great. He's great on TNT with the 4 guys.
Yeah.
With the other 3, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, he's great.
But I mean, I'm not putting him anywhere near my top players. It's just
And he goes in.
There's so many players out there.
Yeah, and he goes in that special list of great players not to win a title.
Yeah. Yep. Like Dan Marino.
Yep.
Great.
I still remember that. He made it his sophomore year to the Super Bowl, and everyone was all he'll make it back to the Super Bowl.
Just gave away your age, Tony.
Tony, that was amazing. I love that.
That's right. Roger.
What's your vector, Victor?
And when the kid picks the fight with him, hey kid, you drag your ass up the court.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the way he snapped on the kid, because he's like, that was funny.
Did either of you watch the HBO docuseries?
No.
They play that in the first or second episode.
Oh yeah,
that particular scene, and they're showing him because you're talking to Kareem, you're expanding your horizons and we're getting you into acting and blah blah blah, and that little kid, according to the way it went, the little kid comes up to him after that scene, and he's all, Mr. Jabbar, I just love the way you play. Can I have your autograph, please? And Kareem, the agent's talking to Kareem. Kareem stops and looks at him. Fuck off, kid. And continues talking.
Oh my God, that's great.
Now, whether or not that was true, no one knows. But
that's funny.
That makes for good story.
That does.
It does.
You
can't make that up either, dude. I mean, it's just yeah.
You can watch the series, which I think was 10 episodes, but watch it with a grain of salt. If you're a true Lakers fan that knows the Laker history, that most of that shit that they put on there was not even close.
Wow.
The years weren't even close.
Jerry West has not dropped his suit.
I don't blame him. They made him look like an idiot.
And
I do not blame him.
Jerry West was dangerous, and he was feared when it came to making trades because he burned so many teams.
And that docuseries made him look like a like he needed to be on antidepressants because he was, worried about his job, worried about his ego, worried about this, worried about that.
He wasn't
Wow.
worried about it. He was worried about not being able to. Well, okay, he wasn't worried. He couldn't watch his team. And when
Yeah, he
Big
made
Dog
himself
told
ill.
me that, I was like, "Oh, what a pussy! You're this and this." And shortly thereafter, they would show him being, like he's in the arena and he's got his back turned and he can't watch. He can't watch. It was kind of funny, but
Yeah, he literally made himself sick from watching the games.
and I get it.
So,
Question.
Yeah.
yes, sir.
On your fantasy team, pick a coach.
Pat Riley.
All right. That was a quick one.
Sorry, I'm jaded too. Tony, your best coach. Mine is Pat Riley.
Are you going Phil Jackson?
I am going
Agree?
Phil Jackson.
I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean,
Yeah. As long as those are
I
your two
just-
choices.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, on the offshoot, you go with Red Auerbach, but I would never.
No, I wouldn't go with Red. That was it's funny because everybody these guys were asking me, what about like Rondo and what about like freaking Paul
Oh,
Pierce and all that, and I'm like, fucking
Rondo,
Celtics.
the NBA's resident drama princess.
No, I don't care. I said Celtics. Get the fuck out of my face. Just, I'm not taking prime Celtics.
The only Celtic that I would never talk shit about is Dennis
Harris?
Johnson. No, oh God, no, Dennis Johnson. I had the utmost respect for Dennis Johnson.
Dennis
He always
Johnson
carried
was
himself-
really good.
He always carried himself as a gentleman. Always, never bad mouthing. I don't like Larry Bird, but I respect what he did.
Yeah,
You can't not be a fan of basketball and say Larry Bird was shit or Larry Bird was
exactly.
this.
I
Larry
mean,
Bird-
he's the only
You have
Celtic
to.
to make my top. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
yeah,
folks,
yeah, same here.
did you
Now,
see a few weeks ago how I posted the numbers of one-on-one Johnson versus Bird?
Yeah.
Did you guys see that? And he blew him away. Wow.
wait,
Well,
what?
Larry Bird's numbers were better than Johnson's head-to-head.
Yeah.
As far as
But
points or
game
what?
1-on-one, I take Magic all day.
I forget. It's all no. It's the number. It's
Because
what
Magic had him on assists and championships. Bird probably had him on points, maybe rebounds, but rebounds they might have been about even.
I think Bird would have had him on rebounds because Bird like freaking was diving floors for rebounds.
Yeah, and knocking himself out.
Yeah.
Okay, the post was on July 21st.
I think
So I'm going to see if I can go to it right now.
rebounds, Bird probably had more offensive rebounds than
Larry Bird averaged. Okay, yeah, he has one. Larry Bird averaged a flat 10 rebounds a game and 6.3 assists. Let me pull up Magic.
Wait a minute. I said versus. Oh my God! Hold on a minute, Big Dog. Did I say Johnson?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I meant Jordan.
I know what you meant. I wasn't gonna badmouth.
No,
you.
you kept it going, Dick.
Yeah, we're actually having this discussion because it's an interesting comparison.
It's Jordan versus Bill. Oh, Dreem. He went with Phil Jackson. And he agrees with you.
Good job, Tony.
Oh, yeah, good job.
Okay, so Bird averaged 10 rebounds a game to Magic's.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't making that argument, so I humbly apologize. Never would I make that argument.
So Bird averaged 10 to Magic 7.2, and then Bird averaged 6.3 assists
Oh, Magic's gonna have way more.
to Magic's 11.2.
Yeah, folks, I wasn't making that argument. I apologize. Big Dog. No, I'm saying Bird versus Jordan.
Different positions too. It's okay.
Different positions, and I mean, but where it counts is the championships, and Jordan definitely had them there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what it. So many people talk about this, oh, well, this person's that better, or that team is this much better, blah, blah, blah. The perfect example. The Clippers have owned the Lakers these last 10 years.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, but what the hell have they done in the playoffs? Not one damn thing. What have we done? Oh, I don't know. We just won a championship 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Take it. You want to be the regular season king over us? I'll give it to you. You want to be the Christmas Day champion? I'll give it to you.
Give me the hardware, buddy.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll take a ring over all that anytime.
Yep. Steve Ballmer is all talking about how they're hoping that, changing the arena is going to make the Clippers LA's home team and make the Clippers, the favorite in LA. I'm like, man, that's not going to happen.
That only happens if the Lakers leave the state of California. Yeah. And even then, it may not happen. Even then, they still might not be the favorite.
Yep.
I love Draymond Green. I fell in love with Draymond Green like 2 weeks ago when he talked about Steph was accepting some sort of award. He's like, Dre, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm looking at all the California teams, all 7 of them, and the Clippers.
Newfound respect.
Yep.
I will take Draymond Green on the Lakers now. He can move
now,
to the Lakers.
That was on the I think the ESPN award show, sports award show. Oh, I was like, wow.
All right, guys, it's been fun, but I got to get going, man.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
So happy that you were able to join us, man. It's so great that you and the family are doing well. Glad the business is doing well.
Yeah.
Continued success all the way around.
Hey, it's good to see your face again, Big Dog. I know you took a little hiatus, so I'm glad you're back in the swing of things.
Thanks,
and
sir.
Scorekeeper, I'm glad you're moving on up and avoiding the hospital now, hopefully for a while. Good to talk to you again, Tony.
Let me tell you, I was somewhere between Sacramento and Lake Tahoe. I was like 5 minutes short of telling the guys, I need you guys to pull over. It was no good.
Well, I know you're turning the corner soon, so I'm looking forward to having you at full strength again.
I was like, what the F was I thinking, making this long trip in this condition, you moron? Oh, Scorekeeper. Yeah.
Hey, Tony, if you're ever in doubt on a sports decision that does not involve money, just agree with me. Just agree with me. It's okay. If I bet, it's over. I lost. All right, I got to go, guys. But it's been nice talking.
All right, man. Take care.
Peace.
Everybody.
Have a good Sunday.
You too. Bye.
So glad he was able to join us. Good hearing from him.
Oh, hell yeah. All right.
Taking that offensive line and a defensive line is going to be tough. Because I was thinking by position on my D line. Because I would take like Troy Polamalu. I would have found a way somehow to include Howie Long.
Yeah.
Did Butkus. All these different guys from all these different areas. But if he wants to do an entire line, wow, that's going to be tough. I think most of us are going to go like Steel Curtain, or maybe the Ravens line from a few years ago that was just pretty much unstoppable. So
the defensive line, right?
Yeah. It's good. Defensive line's gonna be tough. Even harder than an offensive line. That's gonna be really tough.
Yeah. Fair enough. We'll do that. I'll post some stuff on Sports Talk with the guys tomorrow. Big Dog, what else do you want to get to? I am. I'm on fumes now.
Yeah, we'll get going. The 76ers are being investigated by the NBA for possible free agency tampering because of the James Harden deal that was seemingly done at 3:01 when free agency opened up at 3:00. And that was him opting out as a free agent, opting out of his contract to become a free agent, and then saying, like within an hour later, that he was going to sign a 2-year deal, which is a 1+1, at only at a discount of like $15 million per year. So the NBA feels that deal was already in place. So they are being investigated right now.
But how can it be in place if 7 days have to go by anyway?
Because it
But
was announced.
it was in seconds. Well,
Yeah. So.
Good luck.
But and on the Russell Westbrook front, and the Kyrie Irving front. On Kyrie Irving, there are 29 teams that don't want him. We're the only ones that want him. With Russell Westbrook, there are 30 teams that don't want him, including us. But we're stuck with them. So there's been rumors going like crazy. There's supposed to be a backup plan by the Lakers going after Buddy Hield and I forgot who the second, Malcolm Brogdon, I think, from Indiana for Russell Westbrook. But they're talking about having to get a third team in, which possibly may be the Spurs. But the Spurs have never helped us in the past at all. So I'm not sure how that would work. Other than that, everybody's just kind of getting ready. They're doing their training. Summer League is over. Not a lot of players. Shaq's son, I believe, signed with Sacramento. Signed with somebody, I think, to be on their G League team. He did okay. I wouldn't say he wowed anybody. Scottie Pippen Jr. is our two-way player. Did very well in the summer league and also in Las Vegas. So we're hoping to see something from him. Pretty much everyone else, the roster's already set. We talked already about the luxury tax and the threshold. It did go up. There was more money made last year than everybody thought, so that upped the salary cap to 123,655,000, and that upped the luxury tax from where it was at 132 last year. A big jump. It went from 132.5 last year to this year. It is 150,267,000 this year.
Can you go back
With
to the
that,
prior? Oh.
No, go ahead.
Can you go back to the prior figure of the maximum and the increase on that one?
Yes. Last year's.
Or the new figure, how much of an increase was it?
I believe it was a 5 or 7% increase.
Okay, sorry.
Which was more than what they were thinking. And with the new luxury tax threshold, as of right now, today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 teams are in the luxury tax of 30, so that's not quite that bad. The Miami Heat are just under it by $1.1 million, but in the luxury tax, the team that has the highest payroll this year is the Clippers, surprisingly. Then it is the Warriors, the Nets, and of course that'll change dramatically when they get rid of KD and Kyrie. Then it is the Bucks, the Celtics, the Lakers, the Nuggets, and the Mavericks.
Wow.
Oh, and 154, and the Blazers. So those are the 9 teams that are in the luxury tax right now.
All right. Well, folks, upcoming for the NFL, they open up on September 8th. So on September 3rd, Labor Day weekend, we will have the
The
we're gonna
NFL
do it.
picks week 1.
Actually, it'll be the Thursday night picks only.
Why?
So, because it's only Thursday night, because we will be on again on Saturday.
But we'll add it like we always do.
Opening weekend will be the 10th and the 11th. We're on the 10th. But
Okay.
Thursday will be on September 3rd.
We don't necessarily have to have just a Thursday pick. We could tell everybody to do their picks like we used to for Thursday. Say, put your picks in, let us know so I can get them in.
Well,
and on Saturday, we'll do the rest.
We're going to mention it that we're going to start doing it on September 3rd.
Yeah.
So,
But we'll include Thursday into that week, though.
well, the deadline. Well, that is Thursday. So we're going to announce it that we're going to start doing it then. And the deadline will still be like, what was it, an hour before the game or something?
Before tip-off.
All right. And so that's when we're going to start basically on the 3rd. We're going to remind everyone that we're going to be doing week 1. And the pick for Thursday will be done on the website, on Facebook, like we did last year. And it really worked. Everyone responded to it. So.
And Gridiron Girl, we'll see if she's up for it. She has to. She will be the defending NFL pick champion. Boy, look at him grit his teeth. Oh, man. As I've said before, he does not have a poker face at all. Because he is cussing under his breath. I can see him. Had he not been wearing those headphones, there'd be steam coming from the hair, from his ears.
Pretty much already right now. She beat me by 1 game. Yes. Yep. Hall of Fame game, Raiders versus Jags. It's really good. It's all right. Big Dog, do you have anything else?
Just for you to go get some rest and get some sleep?
I'm spent. I am. I've been up for a long. I've had 5 hours in the last 24, and I woke up at 5. I've had like maybe 10 hours, 11 hours in the last 2 days.
48.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah,
This
that's
was
about
fun.
right.
This
It's
was
about
fun.
right for me.
Yeah, you. I'm not you. I'm old. So.
I usually go to bed at 2 and get up around 7. Ish.
And I go to bed at 8:39 and I wake up at 4. So I try to get 7 hours in. I'm a cranky mother if I don't get 7.5, 8 hours.
I give you all the props. I tip my hat out to all you people that can sleep 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. I cannot do it at all.
I don't know. I'm going to be out for a while right now. I know. I may not get up until maybe 2 or 3.
Maybe once every
Oh, shit. I'm already
7 or 8 months can I sleep maybe 6 hours or 7. Maybe. I would say in a year, that might happen twice in a year that I can sleep 6 or 7 hours.
Oh, no. I need 7 hours, barely minimum. If I can get 8, I'm doing a lot better.
Even last week when I went to Con to volunteer, where we had to leave, where I had to get up at 2:30 in the morning to be out the door by 3 to get Annika by 3:15. I still went to bed, I think, at maybe just before midnight.
I would like to volunteer with you next year, Big Dog, if that's a possibility.
Yeah, I will let you know. I will. Well, you would be in the general volunteer.
Yeah, that's what I would like.
Yeah, I'll let you know. We have to get you your ID. We have to get one for Giselle. She might want to go.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Well, I'm pretty sure she'd want to go. She's a big Star Wars fan and a lot of Star Wars stuff there.
Oh, she's a big Star Trek,
And
Orville, Star Wars.
Trek.
Not that much Marvel.
Who's more Funko? Neither one of you.
She is.
Okay. Oh, and that is the golden ticket, so to speak. Because Funko, you can only access the Funko booth via lottery. So let's say you're there for all 4 days. So you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There is a lottery system for super exclusive, or not just for exclusives, for certain booths. So it was Funko, a company called UCC. Hasbro didn't do anything this year, but they usually have one, and then some other miscellaneous stuff. That do Star Wars stuff, and it was exclusive to them. And you're allotted each day. You're allotted 12 votes per se, and you can put those. You go into your ID. You drop down for Thursday, and you put how many you want for each exclusive. How many votes you want. You can put all 12 into Funko. You can spread it to all these different things. So there's also signings and such. And then the voting closes down, usually a week later. And by the following day, you get your email, and they let you know whether you were one of the winning lottery tickets. For Funko, everyone and their mom wants Funko. So if you want to make some money and you're not real big on getting some Funko stuff, people were actually charging because they were, if you belong to the groups on Facebook to San Diego Comic Con, people were like, oh, if you have a Funko booth and you're not going to buy you're not going to use all the stuff to buy everything, can you get me this or can you get me that, blah, blah, blah. And the people would usually answer back, yeah, I'll get it for you, but I got to wait in line. It's going to take my time away from this. So I'll buy you your $30 or $40 Funko because, a special edition only available at the con. I'll buy it for you, but I'm going to charge you $100 for waiting in line. People go, oh my God, yeah, that's great. People were charging me between $75 and $300 to pick the item up for you.
Capitalism.
And you paid, of course, and that was on top of you paying for the Funko, and you're going to pay your shipping too. Wow. But yeah, Funko is people go crazy for Funko. So yeah. But yes, I will let you know. We'll talk about it, and volunteering probably won't come live till maybe late January, early February, and then but the tickets will go on sale before then to the general public. I'll let you know that one too. But we have to have you set up with an ID before then.
I already have
close it down about 2 weeks. You already have it?
Well, yeah, but I just got to reactivate it, so I'll see if I can go through that.
Okay.
Because I am registered. Gmo's registered.
We'll see. Oh, okay. Then you guys are set. Just make sure you go in and okay them to send you all the emails.
Yep.
Because they'll send you everything.
I'll do that. All right, Big Dog. Seriously, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm out. I may not even have anything for breakfast right now. I'm done. Sheesh. Go ahead. Take us away. Tony, thank you. Everyone else, thank you. Sorry we did on Sunday, but we're glad we still did. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Big Dog, take us away.
All right, guys. Enjoy your fun. Enjoy your sports. Not really much out there other than baseball, but enjoy baseball. And, of course, as usual, if you're going to drink, don't drive. If you decide to drink, call a friend, call a taxi, call an Uber, call a Lyft, call somebody. Just don't get behind that wheel. So be safe and have fun with family and friends.
Hey.